champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers! For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row!
Hello everybody, welcome back to Typical City, another watch-along. Here we go, Premier League this time. Come on, this is a massive test. This is a massive test for Manchester City. This is where we find out, are we back or aren't we back? Because those results in recent weeks, the win against West Ham, the win against Leicester, and the win against the emphatic win against Salford, yeah, good results. You win you beat what's put in front of you, and that's what we've done. But today is a proper test. It's a proper test today. It really is. Brentford away. They've not been in great form actually lately. They actually got knocked out. While we were beating Salford, they were getting knocked out by Plymouth. So I mean, yeah, at home as well. Don't forget, they've actually not done that well at home at all lately. With Ipswich taking points off them, and Arsenal. Arsenal is not. It's not an embarrassment to lose to Arsenal, is it? But still, their home form was unbelievable. They did have the best home form in the league, but that went, and they became second after Liverpool. But yeah, good to see. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing good. Church with an early prediction. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Church gone 6-0. You surprised me, and you've thrown a word in there that needs investigating. We need to... you love your thesaurus, mate, don't you? You have absolutely burnt out your thesaurus completely by using the word Brobdingganigan, which means huge, means large. So appreciate that, Church. Adriano, good to see you. How you doing? Mate? This match will expose City's mentality for the rest of the season from now. Douglas, good to see you as always, mate. 6-0. Please tell me I have beaten Church. No, you haven't. You haven't, unfortunately. Church, you must be going mental when the 6th went in, and then the 7th, and then the 8th went in against Salford. But you weren't in the chat, mate. You absolute traitor. You traitor, mate. Phil, good to see you as well. JSMCFC is going to the game. Enjoy yourself, mate. Phil, 100%, mate. An absolute City legend, mate. Fucking heartbreaking news, wasn't it? It really was. Massively appreciate that. Nice note there. We'll talk about Tony Buck in a bit, to be honest, because, I mean, yeah, what a legend. Such sad news for Manchester City fans to hear today. Really is. James, as always, good to see you as well. 3-0 you've gone for. Merla, good to see you. Gone 3-2. SVG have doubled their goal tally over the past 4 games, so I will go 16-0. Unbelievable. I said, oi, Jonny, you might want to watch out for contact from Puma. Winky wink face. I owe a promotion. What do you mean? Me? I'm getting promoted? I'm getting promoted? I didn't know there was a hierarchy for me to climb. I didn't even know I worked for Puma, which is all news to me. It's hot, man. Look how red my face is there. I can see it there. I've got one red ear already. Can you see? Look at that. Look at that already. Perfectly fine. Perfectly red. Absolutely unbelievable. Because the temperature is just totally unregulated in here today. But here we go. Red ear day. That's what we're doing. Cheesy Toasty. How you doing, mate? But yeah, anyway, I mean, I'm excited for the game. I really am. Make sure everyone's liking and subscribing if you are new. How's everyone doing? I hope you've enjoyed the day today. I think we're going to struggle today. I really do think we're going to struggle, but I think we'll get the job done somehow. I have a good feeling that we'll win, but I'm not entirely convinced that we're actually going to ease our way through this game, because I think it's going to be a tough game. The likes of Visa and Mbeumo up front for Brentford is hugely concerning. Those two have been lethal all season. In particular, Bryan Mbeumo, unbelievable. He's been on fire this season. He's got such versatility as well. I'll give you the team news as well while I'm looking at the team news. Starting with City, Ortega in between the sticks. Akanji, Ake and Gvardiol is what I'm thinking is going to be the back 3. Nunes is playing again, presumably in that inverted right-back role that we saw against Salford. Now, he did all right, but it's Salford, mate. You're going to get tested today. You're going to find out, are you really cut out for this position or not? Is Nunes cut out for Manchester City is an interesting question as well, because I think there's been so many little, small glimpses of quality. And you would argue that it's not enough from him to suggest that he's got a long-term future at Manchester City. But I'd point the finger at Pep for that, because it's like, well, you don't play him very often. Only this season have we been playing Nunes, and that was forced. You wonder if Rodri was fit, if Kyle Walker wasn't leaving the football club, if Rico Lewis was playing more football right now. You wonder if Nunes would be getting in this squad. Getting in a starting 11 is very unlikely if it was a fully fit squad. So what we have seen has been interesting. Today's a massive test for Matheus Nunes, so I'm going to be looking into him to see his performance today. Oh, your promotion. But what are you talking about Puma, by the way? What does that mean? Nice one. Appreciate that, Isa, mate. But yeah, promotion, you've been modded, mate. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. As for Puma, I didn't finish reading the comment. It'd be good if I read it. Then I'd know what you meant. Yeah, that'd help. As for Puma, had to give the channel a shout out. How could I not? What do you mean? What did you do? Did you speak to someone at Puma? Ah, mate, you're getting me excited and confused at the same time. But appreciate it, Isa. Really do. Thank you very much. Sub 2, good to see you as well. How you doing? 43 likes, chat. Come on, Blues. Yeah, appreciate that. Come on. We've got quite a few in the building now, just over 600. Can we get up to 100 nice and quick? That'd be nice. Devious, good to see you as well. Nunes will gift a silly penalty again. I mean, if you haven't learned your lesson by this point, then God help us. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's been through a roller coaster season for me, because he was just hitting the heights, wasn't he, before that Manchester derby? He was starting to really show everyone what he's all about. And I mean, in fairness to the guy, he's not exactly anchored down a position, has he? You know, he's been playing left wing, playing central midfield, he's played right wing, now he's playing right back, but inverting into defensive midfield. It's hard to find form when you're being thrown all over the pitch, you know, when you're not actually playing in the same cemented spot throughout the season. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can actually do. But, yeah, I'll finish off with the rest of the team as well. He's alongside Kovacic. Midfield 4, line of 4. You got Bernardo Silva on the right. I'm assuming he's on the right. Could be Phil Foden on the right, but I'm assuming it's Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden in the middle, and I've gone with Savinho on the left, which is exciting again because, I mean, he's bang on form. And there was some absolute crap Haaland up front, by the way. Crap coming out from a publication called Caught Offside. Now, you know full well, when you work for an impartial, non-biased publication like that covers all football teams and everything that is football, when you're not like, me, for example, I am a Manchester City channel. Caught Offside is specifically a wide range of channels. You can tell whoever wrote that article today that Real Madrid are trying to sign Savinho. Like right now. They're trying to sign Savinho right now. Come on. That's clearly some rag or some scouser or some Arsenal fan. What's the derogatory term for Arsenal fans? We don't have one yet, do we? We need one, because we've got rags bin dippers. We need one for them, don't we, for Arsenal? Because the 3 big red clubs, we need something to insult. Get in the chat. Asna, the creator. Asna, yeah, that's the one. Don't really understand it, to be honest, because I just don't get it, really. Asna. I've just always seen it, and I know that it means Arsenal, but I never really understood what the hell it meant. Just ass. Is that what it means? Yeah, that as well. I know, mate. We'll talk about that. What that means for what that means for City. I mean, yeah, it's not a great look, is it? Right now, we need a defensive midfielder, and there is one of Europe's best right now that's currently available for a very good price. Going to the City score's gone. I'll sort that out in a jiffy. There we go. Sorry about that. Don't know where that went. We weren't even going to score 0 today. We were in the minus today. We were going to get -3 today. Before we'd even kicked off, we were on the negative. Anyway, sorted that out. But yeah, Zubimendi going to Arsenal, that's... it was a little bit deflating if you're a City fan. In particular, more if you're a Liverpool fan, considering you specifically went for him. The fact that City want that player, not that player in particular, that role of player, the defensive midfielder, in other words. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crap news for City because it's like, yeah, I mean, he would be great for City, wouldn't he? The chances of him, it doesn't sound like we were even in for him. The City and Zubamendi connections were pretty weak. They weren't coming from that credible sources. They were there, but they were just, I think they were just poking the fire a little bit and seeing what sticks. I think Zubamendi wasn't actually a target for Manchester City because the rumours weren't that strong to begin with. But it does make you wonder who are City targeting then if we're not going for a player of the quality of Zubamendi. Or maybe we already have floated the idea to his agent and he's already given us a nice strong answer, which is obviously no, if we've done that. But yeah, no, it is a bit of a blow, Devious, isn't it? It's not a nice feeling to see a player like that go to... it's not now, though, that's the good thing. But I mean, from an Arsenal perspective, what are you going to do? Like with Declan Rice, you're going to play him alongside Zubamendi and pull a player out of your attacking midfield because normally you just have Declan Rice sitting, don't they? And then are they going to have two? Go for the double pivot instead? I think that's an interesting one. Merlag says could have played alongside Rodri, and then that same vein of thought, then Zubamendi could have played can play alongside Declan Rice as well, which makes Arsenal very, very good next season, and maybe next season we see the best of Arsenal. It was meant to be this season, don't forget that. It was meant to be this season we see the best of Arsenal. But I very much believe that we can. I'm not sure we will, but I still believe we can finish ahead of Arsenal this season. Go for second. I think first is too far now. The gap's too big. 12 points behind Liverpool, and they have a game in hand, which you expect them to win. I mean, the chances are, you're looking at 1%, literally 1%. According to Opta, 1% chance of Manchester City winning the Premier League this season. I think it was like 1.6%, something like that. But yeah, it's not a great chance to win the Premier League, but you want to go out fighting. You want to finish the season, even though you're not picking up silverware. You want to finish the season on a high. I always go back to the Pep's first season at Manchester City. I remember the last 10 games of the season in Pep's first ever season at Manchester City. In particular, the very last game of the season, and I remember it well because I was on holiday. I was in Ibiza with my mate for his stag do, and I remember sitting there on a beach, hearing the scoreline coming in against Watford. And I can't remember the actual score. I think it was like 5-0 or 6-0 away at Watford at the end of the season. And obviously I got back to the Villa and we watched the highlights and we absolutely battered Watford. And I said at the time to my mates, if we take that into next season, we're going to be a serious force. We're going to be a serious force because this isn't just a one-off game. We've been playing well for big periods of the season. And I'm still talking about that first season. And we did exactly that. We went on to the next season and the rest is history. We got the 4-peat, we got 100 points, we got a treble. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, this could be that season where we have a bit of a downward spell and a bit of a restart, a bit of a reset, come back and finish this season strongly, take that form into next season and that momentum with you, that winning feeling into pre-season, have a successful pre-season, injury-free preferably, no Oscar Bob injuries, for example, things like that. And then next season, who knows? But we could be going up against an Arsenal that's got Declan Rice and Martin Zubamendi in the midfield. So it's going to be incredibly challenging next season for Manchester City. But I still think we've got a good chance of doing what we've been doing already next season, obviously. This season, I think we should be targeting second place. I think that should be our target. Bag an FA Cup. Hope for the best. Fingers crossed, touch wood. All of the superstitions that you want to throw out there for the Champions League. Yeah, chances are pretty slim of that. But yeah, that's right. Sub 2, that's exactly right. Maverick, yeah, I believe so. But I mean, not to be signed this January. And maybe that's why we didn't get him. Because it's like, well, he's not available right now. So we're not having him right now. Maybe it's that. Maybe that was part of the problem as why we didn't sign him. Because he said, I'm going to stay with Real Sociedad till the end of the season. Would you be happy as a City fan if Martin Zubamendi said he was signing for Manchester City at the end of the summer? But full well there'll be City fans saying, but we need a defensive midfielder now. We need it now. Okay, and the club know that as well. We need one now. So if that was the choice, Martin what would you do? What would you do? Answer me this. Get in the chat. This is an interesting one. Martin Zubamendi in summer or Ederson now? What would you do? I think I'd go Ederson because the difference between Ederson and Martin Zubamendi isn't massive. I think they're different. They're different types of players. I feel like Ederson's more of an enforcer. I feel like Martin Zubimendi's much more technical, less physical compared to Ederson. But still, I would probably go for Ederson. And I think we need something physical. You look at Kushinov, who we've signed lately. That's absolute physicality. And then some, you know. I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. I really am, because I think he's going to be an interesting defender for Manchester City. I really do. And Vitor Reis as well. We've signed him by the sounds of it as well. That's going to be happening in the near future as well. Two very opposing style of defenders. You know, and the Kyle Walker news as well. I've got lots to say about Kyle Walker, because I feel a bit shit about that whole situation. Not going to lie. I feel a bit underwhelmed. I feel a bit like disappointing. You know, it's just such a shame the way it's ended for Kyle Walker, isn't it? It's such a shame. Really is. I'm proper gutted for Kyle Walker. I really am. You know, and I know loads of people hate him. A lot of people are saying, yeah, good, get rid. Like, finally, get rid of Kyle Walker. I mean, do not forget what he did for this club. Don't forget that. I mean, I'm gutted, mate. The guy was an absolute beast for Manchester City in his heyday. And I thought, it's kind of a chicken and egg. I feel like he's been forced out of the club by the fans. I feel like he's made that decision this season because of the abuse that he's received on Twitter from the very, very small minority. And I'm not talking about the fans that, like pretty much everyone I've seen in the chat, all of you guys in the chat. You're all respectful. You all have your opinions. Some I completely disagree with. Some are very strong, but they're respectful. They're not racially motivated. They're not, you know, anything like that. They're not hateful. You know, they're not hateful to the individual. They're just, you know, you're thinking about the football aspect of things, and that's what we should all be doing. You know, whereas I think Kyle Walker's just had enough and seen, even though you're talking less than a percent of the fan base have decided to do what they've done on Twitter and abuse the guy. Whether that's the sole reason, probably not the only reason. I'm sure Kyle Walker's got other reasons to leave Manchester City. Maybe a little bit of self-reflection, looking at himself and probably holding his hands up and saying, yeah, I've not been good enough. And if that's the case, then fair play to him. But I do feel like it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. What came first with Kyle Walker? Was Walker poor before the fans started to have a real pop at him, or did the fans start to have a real pop at him first and then he became poor? I'm not convinced. I think what my opinion is, most City fans will actually disagree with, in my opinion. I think the abuse came first. I think last season he was getting stick that he didn't deserve. Last season when we won the Premier League, I don't think he deserved a lot of the stick that he got last season, in particular factoring in the role he had to play last season, which was a very foreign role to him. He had to be a right winger effectively, crossed the ball. He crossed the ball more than any other City player last season, you know, and he had the highest cross percentage completion last season, Kyle Walker, while he's getting slated for not being able to cross the ball, you know. Go to FBF, go to Who Scored, go to any stat website you want to find and check out 2023-24 Kyle Walker crossing statistics, because he was pretty impressive. You know, you think about Newcastle away, the Bernardo Silva Cruyff turn-esque finish, you know, the little flick with his right boot around the back of his standing leg. Kyle Walker crossed that ball, you know. I think there was lots of moments last season where Kyle Walker was being blamed for things that just weren't his fault, but it became a habit to blame Kyle Walker just because it's like, right, well, who have we been having a go at lately? What's trending in terms of the player, the most trendy player to hate right now is Kyle Walker. Fast forward to this season, he deserves a lot of the stick that he's been getting, you know, he really does. I think he's been poor this season. He's been poor. But again, I want to know whether it's, who knows? We'll never know, in all honesty. We'll never know. Chicken and egg. Which came first? The abuse for Kyle Walker or the poor form? I don't know. I just feel like it's a shame. I really do. I really feel like it's a shame, because you're talking about someone who's done an incredible amount of work for this football club. And achieved great things with this football club in the treble season, the 100-point season, the formidable season. You know, he was so important to those seasons. He's been an immense player for Manchester City, and he's been almost booed out of the football club. He's been forced out by some of the fans, and I feel sad about that. I feel sad. It's a shame. It really is, and I know I'm actually probably in the minority who thinks that, but you know, I'm here to give my opinion, and that's my opinion. But no, Isaac, absolutely not. I mean, what's the point? for me, I don't see it at all. Even though that rumor came out today that he's Real Madrid. Was it PSG as well? PSG were linked with him. I agree, Leo. I agree. But yes, moving on. The Savinho situation, he's just hit form. So for me, that is an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, or a United fan writing an article to try and hurt Manchester City, which is what a lot of articles are nowadays. They're agenda-motivated articles written by fans of rival football clubs. There's no two ways about it. You click on the image of these journalists now. I mean, fair play. I mean, I'm sure some of them have gone to university through credible sources, have gone and got themselves a degree. But I know how easy it is to get into journalism. It's incredibly easy to get into journalism. It's a little bit of who you know, a little bit. You just go and get a diploma, man. Get an online diploma. Easy. Just like that. Spend 100 quid, you're a journalist. Do you know what I mean? It's so easy to become a journalist, and then you click on the author, and there's some fucking 15-year-old kid writing an article about Savinho is a target for Real Madrid. I wonder why. Has Savinho just started playing well? Yeah. So what should we do? We'll link him to Real Madrid. That's what we'll do, and we'll try and stir the pot a little bit and make it a negative situation for Manchester City. That's exactly what's going on. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It was laughable. It was laughable, to be honest. Akul, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, that's Ortega. That's who I'd replace Edison with. Ortega. And then I'd start thinking about bringing in another second choice goalkeeper. I really would. No, mate, I didn't. And you've just reminded me, and I said I would in the last one, didn't I? And I apologise, Sagnick. I will do that. I've just not had time in the last couple. I haven't even made any videos the last couple of days, have I? For personal reasons, I had lots of stuff to do. But, I mean, yeah. Mad Hatter, good to see you as well, mate. I think the signings have been good for the future, but what about the here and now? Yeah. I mean, hopefully, the Marmouche, that's the here and now. And I think there's going to be a defensive midfielder. I'm having a beer tonight, by the way, guys. I hope you don't mind. I'm sure some of you don't, but I'm having a bit of a Moretti beer today. I felt like a beer today. I haven't had a beer on this channel in ages. But yeah. Oh, Clara, mate. Already on it, mate. Already on it. It's because we left the heating on. I left the heating on too long. I've got the fan on, trying to cool these bad boys down. This one's fine because it's got the fan on it. I need a fan on this side of my face to sort this fucking monstrosity out. The fact that it's one ear each is ridiculous. Ridiculous, mate. Absolutely stupid. Yeah, I did that as well. I needed a few more modders in here because I know you're a proper regular, Clara, and I've done it. I've given it to. Apologies if anyone thought they should be a modder and I haven't given it yet. You probably deserve it because I've got a lot of regulars now that are genuinely so supportive, and yeah. Oh, is that? You're a good modder with a Man United badge next as your profile picture. Yeah. I'm sure you'll do wonders as a modder, mate. It's not that big a deal being a modder, to be honest. Hey, Tony Buck, in loving memory of Tony Buck, 100%. Yeah, what a legend. Skip. Tony Buck, a.k.a. Skip, signed for Manchester City as a 30-year-old. And they gave him captain's armband immediately. You know. What a legend he is for Manchester City. Played at Bath as well. And you just don't hear stories like this anymore. It doesn't exist in terms of the footballing world nowadays. Anyone who's wondering who I'm talking about, Tony Buck is a Manchester City legend who died today at the age of 90 years old. A right back for Manchester City. Yeah, and obviously I've seen a few clips of him play. All the information I've ever known about him has been handed to me by my dad, who told me everything I know about Tony Buck. But yeah, he was a dry stone waller. You know, the countryside UK. In the UK, we have these big stone walls in the countryside. And he was a stone waller as a part-timer when he played for Bath. And then he signs for Manchester City. So R.I.P. Tony Buck. What an absolute legend. Sad to see him go. Honorary president for Manchester City at some point as well. So the club showed massive respect to him. But anyway, game's about to get underway. looking forward to this one. What a massive test this is. Kevin De Bruyne is going to get us underway once Brentford have decided to finish their little team huddle. I don't know why they're allowed to do that. We've got to wait for them. Just kick off, mate. That'll get them moving, won't it? You know, kick off while they're all in a huddle, then just lob them empty net. I'm sure that's happened before. Go on. Kick the game off. Kick it off. Start the game. Why are we standing here? Go. Kevin De Bruyne gets the game underway. That's it, Scott. That is it. Well, we've been fined already, haven't we? The amount of times as well made no sense to me, but... What's everyone's predictions? I saw a 3-1. Sub 2's gone 3-1. Good to see you, Captain Kringles. Fuck's sake, Ryan. Unfortunately, I think that's what's going to happen. I do. 2-2. Desmond Douglas. 2-2. 2-0 Adriano. 3-1 Jose. 2-0 Isa. Sagnak's gone 4-2. Seb's gone 3-2. Oh, we're winning by that scoreline. So, Sagnak, have you gone 4-2 Brentford? If you're putting the 4 at the front. Because Seb's done it like the accurate way of putting 2 and a 3 first. But I bet you meant 4-2 City, didn't you? Jack's 3-1 City. Akul 4-1 City. Zane 2-1 City. 3-1 City for Scout. Elio's gone 4-1. How you doing, Elio? Good to see you, mate. Kathy, 3 goals to let us breathe. That's it, Kathy. I feel like that's how many we need. And even then, it's not done, is it? Ball back with Fleck in there. Haaland closing down. Confident from Brentford, considering their home form's been a bit shaky lately. But a big pocket there for Norgard. And he's been found. But Brentford coming forward with it. 6-0 on behalf of Church. Church just comes in at the beginning. I don't think he even joins. I don't think he even watches the stream. I think he joins at the beginning, gives his prediction, and then fucks off. That's it. Throws a grenade into the chat with words like whatever the fuck it was. I can't even remember it anymore. Whatever the fuck that word was. It meant big. I had to Google it. I'd never seen it before in my life. I had to Google it, and he knows full well that I wouldn't have known what that word is. So I had to Google it, and he's pissed off. But yeah. And he wasn't there when we were 6-0 up against Salford. Where were you, Church? He's not even watching, so we can abuse him if we want. No, don't. That was a joke, by the way. Let's not go down the Kyle Walker route, because Church doesn't deserve that. No one deserves that. What am I talking about? But yeah, I don't know. Where the hell is Jeff? Got a lot of traitors in the chat nowadays, haven't we? People are just... If you're not going to stick around, then what are you even here for? God! Now, honestly, guys, no one has to show any loyalty to this channel. Trust me. It's cool. Come and go as you please. It's kind of what I do. Ball in. Corner ball. It's clear. Well, it's not actually cleared. It's up in the air. So, yeah, Kevin De Bruyne here. Whips it across. Oh, Mark Flecken's getting off to one of them starts. He's already saved. Well, it's not really a save, was it? It was a deflected cross. But Mark Flecken. Oh, it's given away. Kevin De Bruyne. He's had it taken off him all too easily. Who wants to see Kevin De Bruyne? Do you know what I never do? I never do these, do I? Let's do a poll. Should KDB be here next season? You know, I think it's an interesting question. I'm not sure. Ake then wanting Ortega to come out. Then Ake's not happy with Stefan Ortega. A lot of yeses. I actually don't think... I mean, if we keep him, I don't think we should play him as often. I don't think we should be dependent on him. That's my concern, is if we keep Kevin De Bruyne, we become dependent on Kevin De Bruyne, because I don't think there's a world, excuse me, where we can keep Kevin De Bruyne and make him a bit part player. Play him the odd game here and there. Bring him on with 20 minutes to go. I don't think he'd be happy with that. And if he is happy with that, keep him. 100% keep him. 100%. Absolutely. I just don't think there should be a world either where we are completely dependent and want a good case scenario is 30 games, Premier League games from Kevin De Bruyne. We haven't had 30 games from Kevin De Bruyne for years. Or even better, like 35 would be not unbelievable. But the guy's injured for huge periods of the season. And that's his... we just can't depend on him because of that. He's always injured. Anyway, Brentford corner. Big up CJs. Thank you very much. Hi, Johnny in the chat. I think 3-1 City. Appreciate your support, mate. And you've been a typical City legend for a month. Big up to you. Ball in. And there he is. Kevin De Bruyne in near post. Side foot volley clearance. Well done, Kevin De Bruyne. But trying to figure out the City's shape here. It's what we kind of expected. Nunes is caught out of position, though. He's actually Nunes at left back. Here's Visa into the Manchester City penalty area onto his right foot. Drives it wide. Oh, that looked a bit... They look up for it, Brentford. They look up for it. City got off to an all-right start. We were able to get a couple of attacks in. Got a corner. Brentford have responded, though, doing exactly the same at the other end of the pitch. Getting a corner themselves. And a strike on goal that we've not managed yet from Visa. So you're hoping to see City respond. We don't want a basketball match today, though, because we will lose. We'll lose. We need control in this game. We cannot afford to be giving up space at the back and silly balls in that midfield. You look at the Brentford midfield with Norgard, Damsgaard ahead of them, Janelt and Jensen. It's four central midfielders effectively. No wingers on the team for Brentford today. So they're plugging up that midfield. They're going to make it really tight. It's going to be 5 at the back probably when we have the ball, which you can see. Ball in. It's cleared. Savinho on the edge of the area. Out to Akanji. Kovacic. He needs a good game today. He really does. He really, really does in that midfield because he's going to be pretty isolated. Haaland tried to flick it on there with the outside of his right boot to Kevin De Bruyne. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing if you're new as well. And if you've not become a typical City member and you want to support the channel even more than you already do by just being here, then the link is in the pinned comment. I think it is. Yeah, it is. And in the description below. I'm curious about Isa said before about Puma. You piqued my curiosity. Is that a proper Mr. Bean face? Taddy, hello, Taddy. That's Mr. Bean, if anyone's wondering. I mean, who doesn't know Mr. Bean? I think if you go to the weirdest country, the most random country in the world, I reckon they know Mr. Bean. Everyone knows Mr. Bean. Here's Gvardiol, right foot on the edge of the area. Mark Flecken. Mark Flecken. Piss off, Mark Flecken. That's it, mate. Just spam piss off. Oh, mate. They have a mind of their own. My eyebrows do not know when to quit. Oh, Visa's done us. That's a penalty. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. Apparently, Kovacic just brings down Visa. Anthony Taylor, who is the referee today, says no penalty. Thank you very much. Mark Flecken to Man City. Here we go. The Bosnian. Oh, go on, Haaland. Oh, it's a good bit of play that by Vandenberg there, or was it Collins? Let's have another look at this. Visa turns Akanji all too easily. Gets in a little gap. No. Bit of a tangle of legs there. But, I mean, Visa's looking to go down there before. Yeah, no. Well done, Anthony Taylor. Correctamundo. Correctamundo decisiono. Whatever that means. Yeah. He's dived there. I mean, it was a bit of a hopeful arm in the air. Like, was that a penalty? No, mate. No, mate. Brian Mbuemo worries me more than anybody. Go on, Foden. Go on, Foden. Oh, heavy touch. I think he's done quite well this season, Phil Foden, and not in terms of football, in terms of getting away with criticism. I think he's done very well. Mate. Hero. He's my hero, Carl Pilkington. He is my hero. I love the man. Honestly, what a legend, KP. But yeah, Phil Foden, he's got away with it this season, I think. You know, I really do. I think there's been a lot of criticism that should have been thrown his way, in my opinion. But I think he's avoided it because of... And almost like he's got a bit of a shield, hasn't he? He's got that Player of the Year shield from last season. You know, so we don't want to go from loving the guy and adoring him because he won us a Premier League almost, well, not single-handedly, but he won us a league by... You know, his involvement, we wouldn't have won the league without him. You know, you think about all of the important goals that he scored during last season. Yeah, I'm not sure we win that Premier League without Phil Foden. Fast forward to this season, it's like, I mean, it's been pretty poor. Pretty poor from Phil Foden. Again, you're wondering if there's something else behind the scenes in his private life that may be bothering him. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's tough because I feel like he deserves... At this point, now, Kovacic, he's done well there. Oh, he's done very well, in fact, there, Kovacic. Done really well there because he looked like he was second best there. He was going to lose the ball. He was surrounded by a couple of Brentford players, but he managed to keep hold of it. But playing a bit of a risky game, City. Confident, but risky. Ortega goes long. Wise. And when you've got Erling Haaland up top, why not? Once in a while, why not? You know, there's no shame in going long. I don't know why that's like a rule now that we're not allowed to hang on. Anthony Taylor, yeah, free kick to Brentford. Wonder if they're going to get a shot from here. Not sure they will. It's about 35 yards out. Probably an awkward place to cross, but quite far out to shoot. So we'll have a look at this. Foden's got new baby blues. Good to see you, Christine. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if I'd play better with a child just being born. I'd have a buzz. I'd have a spring in my step. Look at Savinho. You know, he's not had the baby, but his missus is expecting, and he started scoring goals. So, yeah. Interesting. But the rumours as well yesterday came out, didn't they? About, they've taken a quick one. Visa, Kovacic is doing well, holding him off. Well done, Kovacic again. There, really good. Because Visa was quick, is unexpected, straight off the training ground free kick. Just a little dink over the wall. Completely, all of the players are at the other end, almost parallel to the far post. And the ball goes towards the near post instead, where Visa makes a tricky little run. Kovacic follows it, doesn't switch off, most importantly. And shepherds Visa away from the ball. But as this game is progressing, 12 minutes in, Brentford look the better, and the ball comes in and Visa just misses it as well. Brentford are starting to purr. They are purring a little bit, and they're looking the better side all of a sudden. Manchester City need to weather this storm just for a little bit, because as we all know, Brentford like to get off to a good start in football matches. We experienced that ourselves at the Etihad when they scored in a minute. So they're trying to do it again, but they've taken 13 so far. But they've been the better side, I would say. But City have got the ball now. Time to knock it around and keep that ball. Palmer, 1-0 Chelsea. Every time you see his name on the score sheet, you're just like, ugh. You're just like, ugh. Ugh. Captain Gringles, that's such good news. Such good news. Hugo Viana, Jack, we've got a new sporting director who's there now, actually. We've appointed him now. Hang on. Foden, Kovacic. Very deep and narrow, low block from Brentford. 4 at the back with 5 and 3 tight in front of them and 3 in front of it. It's like a 4-3-3 without the ball effectively, but it's very, very narrow. And the outside 2 of the front 3, Mbuemo and Jensen, they're ready to spring the counter-attack. That's what their job is in this game. Savinho struggling there against Roslev. Takes it off him all too easily there. But yeah, Jack, we've signed Hugo Viana, new sporting director, mate. And from Sporting Lisbon, Sporting director from Sporting Lisbon. Lots of sporting. He's a sportingly good sportsman. Oh no, Mbeumo. Coming down the right-hand side, it's Mbeumo one-on-one with Gvardiol into the pen. He's backing off too much there. Backing off. Good save by Ortega. Nearly said Edison. But Ortega it is with the save at the near post. And I swear Mbeumo scored that exact goal already this season. Coming in off the right like that. He's onside as well. Driving from about the halfway line. Josko's got to engage a little earlier there. He's letting him into the penalty area. He's got to try and dummy something like he tries to dummy. You know, as a defender, you can dummy. Even though you haven't got the ball, there is such a thing as dummying as a defender, like pretending you're about to tackle, because it makes the attacker do something. Like they think you're about to tackle. You can do that as a defender. He's got to do it earlier. He waits until he's in the penalty area. And then it's too late. Mbeumo's getting his shot away. But yeah, Jack, it's Hugo Viana, and he's a good sporting director. He's the guy who signed Victor Gyökeres. Again, Kevin De Bruyne at the near post. That's 2 now for KDB. Yeah, Victor Gyökeres from Coventry, played for Coventry, and a very unknown player who Hugo Viana spotted the talent, noticed the player, brings him over to Sporting Lisbon, and now every European club pretty much all the top European clubs who need a number 9 are targeting Victor Gyökeres. Or Gyökeres, however you pronounce it. That's it, Ryan. He's almost... Kushinov is almost the other way, though, isn't it? Like, from what I've seen, I do think there's a raw player there. I'm really excited to see Kushinov. I am. Because I like warriors. I like tough nuts. Do you know what I mean? Like, players that don't fuck around. You know, just like solid as a rock. No messing about. All the basics. And they've got the basics down to a T, you know? They cross their T's. They dot their I's. They don't miss things. They're just like, you know, they're solid. Getting the job done. But there is a problem with the fact that he almost commits too much, doesn't he? With a lot of the tackles, you're wondering if he's got to nail it down. He's picking the moment of when to come forward for Kushinov for me. I think we've all seen like, what, 5-minute, 10-minute YouTube clips of Kushinov. There's obviously a player there. Someone who loves defending, and that's exciting to me. I think that was incredibly obvious. But the issue for Kushinov is going to be if he goes in too much, does he get caught out of position? And timing those tackles. Don't give penalties away. Don't give free kicks in stupid areas away. Don't run out of your position. Maintain your shape. Things like that. He's a 20-year-old. You don't expect defenders to know that just yet. They're learning it as they go along. But a defender's peak is probably 25. And then onwards, that's when they start to understand the game better. And I swear to God, as a 20-year-old, you've not even finished growing. Do you know, I feel like there's still more developing happening in your body. Everyone's different. Everyone goes through different cycles of growth. But I mean, I don't think I'd finished growing when I was 20. In terms of physically growing, but I hadn't finished growing that way. You know, my metabolism, when I was 20 years old, I could eat whatever the fuck I want. Nowadays, if I eat a sweet, I have to fucking run for 3 miles. Otherwise, I'll have a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, 20 years old, I mean, you've not finished developing, so it'll be interesting to see what he's going to be like as a 25-year-old. But the projection of quality that's there for Kushinov looks like good. It'll be up here. That's where he'll become a great player or a good player. You know, one of the best or just he's pretty good. It will all be down to his mentality. Oh, Visa's done us here. He's done us. We're getting rinsed in the back here. You know, we're struggling here. We are struggling. I see all the conversation this game so far has been about the future of Manchester City. I've not really spoke about the game very much, but here comes Matheus Nunes. Coming forward brilliantly. He drove forward. Great. Really good how much he carried the ball, but a simple ball, 10 yards inside, gives it away, man. That's so sloppy. So sloppy from Matheus Nunes, that was. But yeah, like I was saying, we've barely spoke about the game, and I need to start doing that a bit more because, I mean, we've still got to get Champions League football. I thought Kovacic was about to slide Kevin De Bruyne in there. It was a good run by Kevin De Bruyne. A lovely little flick there by Janelt. Roslev. Janelt again. Oh, he's gone long to Visa. We're getting done at the back here. We really are. Akanji, one-on-one with Visa. Visa's shot! Wide of the mark. getting a bit worried at the back. Yeah, Amir as well, Kushinov, the speed. There's that clip going around, wasn't there, where he was sprinting back from about the edge of his own the opposition's 18-yard box, sprinting back towards goal, and there's like 3 other RC Lens players alongside him, and he just like goes past them. He looks rapid, mate, doesn't he? Oh, we've given the ball away, and Bernardo Silva's won it back. Brilliant. Just want to say that Bernardo Silva's playing in the middle, by the way, which is where I prefer him, but it looks like Foden's gone out as a false winger on the right-hand side, tucking inside to allow Mateus Nunes to go on the overlap. And you can see it right now if you're watching on the 20th minute and 15 seconds, because he's just gone on the overlap for Phil Foden. But yeah, Bernardo Silva is not on the right. He is in the middle. With Foden, with De Bruyne, with Kovacic, which means Mateus Nunes has got a job on today. He's got the energy for it though. He suits this job, to be honest. I think this is a job he could do. What we want now is composure when we want that ball to be crossed, or that pass to be found, or that shot to be on target. That's what we need from Mateus Nunes right now. But the energy is not going to be in question. I think he could run all day long, Mateus Nunes, up and down that right wing, and I think that's suited. It's suited for him. But it's when he's on the ball, we need to see what we saw a minute ago. We need to see better than that. Is what we need to see. Good to see you, Beast. How you doing? Savinho cross, Haaland goal. That would be nice. That would be nice. Creators getting supportive. I wouldn't have objected to that because I thought Grealish... I mean, it's stupid to go off Salford, though. You know what I mean? But he did all right. He did okay, Grealish, you know? He beat what was put in front of him and he didn't do anything drastically wrong. I thought Kovacic was a bit average when he came on. But, I mean, so far, 21 minutes into this game, Kovacic has been very good in this game. So I was a little bit concerned that he was... he probably... I mean, when you come on and the game's 7-0 already, you're probably not going to have that sort of intensity to your game. Do you know what I mean? So I can forgive him for coming on and being a bit sloppy when you're 7-0 up. Do you know what I mean? Oh, giving away here. Roslev has given it away. Kevin De Bruyne has gone back. Pokes it inside to Savinho, but he had to slow down there, Savinho, with a lovely little 360 spin as well. Love that from Savinho. Into Foden. Foden's looking for options. He's got no one to pass to other than Gvardiol, but he finds Kevin De Bruyne out on this left-hand side. Lovely ball inside to Phil Foden again. Lovely little link-up play between the two. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's cross. Poor. Straight off Mbuemo. Go on, KDB. That's better. Ball in. Back post. Haaland! Oh! Haaland with a diving header. Just couldn't extend his extraordinarily long neck any longer than it already is. But it's a great ball from Kevin De Bruyne. That cross is fucking lethal. That's what we need to see from Kevin De Bruyne. Jesus Christ. What a cross that was. What a cross, mate. Haaland at the back post. He just straight off his head, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't in line with the post. If the post was here, it'd have gone in. But because the post was over there, he's just headed it straight out for a goal kick to Brentford. And the man mountain, the legend, the goalkeeping expert that is Mark Flecken gets to take a goal kick. Oh, there's a fucking fly in here. Pissing me off already. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're smashing them likes. What we got? 200 likes. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support on Typical City. Brentford go long. Up for Visa. Doesn't want it. Visa doesn't want that battle. We'll take that all day long. Offside as well, mind you. But yeah, I'll have that all day long. Mark Flecken going long to Visa. Even though we've not exactly got big units at the back, our defence is hardly like aerial duel winning defenders. You know, Akanji's probably the biggest out of the three. But Ake, what is he, 6'1"? Gvardiol probably about the same. Akanji maybe 6'2". We've given it away. Gvardiol's off Mbuemo. Oh no. into Jensen, and he's giving it away. Nunes clears, but it's coming straight back. Damsgaard, oh, we're in big trouble. Lewis Potter, Ake clears it. So sloppy. It all starts from Josko Gvardiol down in this left-back position. So simple, mate. Really frustrating from Josko Gvardiol. The last 10 games of Josko Gvardiol, and he plays Lewis Potter on side as well. He's not been good in the last few weeks, Josko, has he? He's really dropped. I feel like he's rattled a little bit. I think he needs a little bit of a break. Don't forget how young he is as well. Josko Gvardiol is still so young. Is he even 22 yet? I'm sure he's still 21. But it's a corner ball to Brentford. Whipped in, and a Kanji at the near post, but it's back across. Pinball cleared just about Nunes. I think it was Janelt on the edge of the area who just absolutely leathers it goal bound. Sorry, it was Damsgaard. And took a deflection. Could have gone anywhere. It was Bernardo Silva who just stuck a foot out, and thankfully it landed to Matheus Nunes, who could finish the clearance off. But I mean, oh, is he already 22? And he's nearly 23, so he's not that young. He's not that young. But still young. Very young for a defender. I was just saying 25 is a peak age for a defender. But yeah, 23 is very young for a defender, especially a centre-back. Bernardo Silva clears with a head on the edge of the box here. Who's been the best team in this game? I think Brentford have just edged it. It's not been completely one-sided, but I do think Brentford have been the better side, which is worrying me. Ake's just gone down. Is that his boot? It looks like he's just sorting his boot out. But there's been 1, 2, maybe 3 mistakes in this game already that have been hugely concerning. Good take there from Savinho, and he gets it inside to Foden. Now Kevin De Bruyne plays it first time to Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes is one-on-one. Matheus Nunes, he chops. That's what I'm talking about, mate. The energy's fantastic. The energy's fantastic. The run, the touch was brilliant. You brought it down from Savinho. Kevin De Bruyne sends you away. Superb play until you get there. You get in front of the goalkeeper and you choose to chop it back, and the chop, it's like chopping a fucking tree down, mate. It was so heavy. Like the ball, as soon as you chopped it, you'd lost the ball. You've got to do better there, Matheus Nunes. And here come Brentford, and we're going to get punished now for that. We're going to get punished. Oh, well done, Gvardiol. He's blocked that ball into the box from Mbuemo. But Rorslev comes down on the overlap, whips it in. Dangerous ball. And Matheus Nunes is at the back post to clear it. Well done, Matheus Nunes. And here comes Kevin De Bruyne. Brentford want a free kick, but they're not getting one. Savinho's bringing it forward. It's 2-on-2. Savinho through. Go on, Savinho. And he drills it over the bar. Oh, mate. Mate. That was the best chance of the game. Matheus Nunes right there. They still want a foul in the... Brentford had the ball, and I think it was Rorslev or Janelt, I'm not sure, but they had the ball taken off them, and Savinho comes forward 2-on-2 with Haaland, decides not to use Haaland. I'm looking at that Nunes replay, so frustrating. Pep's face. Who saw the rumours about Pep? Something I spoke about on this channel. Did anyone see the rumours about Pep? Because I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? And yeah, disappointing. But personal situations for Pep seem to be ongoing. Just hope he sorts himself out. Goal kick to Brentford. Yeah, Captain Kringles, yeah. That was what I saw, yeah. That's it. Christine. Sad, but apparently it's amicable. Apparently it's amicable. But, I mean... it can have an effect on anyone, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, tell you what, if I split up with my missus, I don't think I'd be doing very well in life, you know. He's there managing one of the best football club in the world right now. You know, it's a big amount of pressure, but here's Phil Foden, edge of the area. Go on, Phil. Shot into Norgard there. Phil Foden's got to do better there. He didn't look like he believed in himself. He got a great pass there from Kevin De Bruyne, but there was no conviction to Phil Foden there. He just opened his body and just thought, I'll try and pass this into the corner. He's got to be a little bit more purposeful there, Phil Foden. Núñez. Last few minutes have become, I'd say last 5 minutes have become a little bit more 50-50. City getting a couple of nice attacks going. Counter-attacks, which is interesting as well. Most of them have been hitting on the transition more than anything, whereas Brentford have actually been holding up the ball. But this time it's City who are looking to build up play a little bit. Dinked over the top there from Phil Foden. Was never going to work, mate. It's never going to work. You can only really dink it in the air if it's going to land to his feet. And if you're going for someone's head, then you should only be targeting Erling Haaland. Because Kevin De Bruyne, Savinho, Bernardo Silva, none of them want to go into an aerial duel. Do you know what I mean? Like, not against the likes of Vandenberg and Collins, you know. Also, I wanted to talk about injuries as well, because I think this season, even though City are not having the greatest seasons this season, where we've been poor, in all honesty, haven't we? But I think other sides are going to start dipping. Their quality is going to start to dip. And I think it's injuries. You know, I think that's what we've been going through. It's almost like welcome to our world. You know, you look at Arsenal losing Saka and Gabriel Jesus to an ACL. They're struggling for goals, and then they bring on Gabriel Jesus and he starts scoring goals for them. Lovely turn by Haaland. And then he picks up an ACL. So that's a massive blow for Arsenal. Obviously, Saka was huge. Huge. Even look at the likes of Bournemouth. Enes Ünal and Evan Nielsen. They're two centre-forwards. The centre-forward and the backup centre-forward injured. That's going to fuck your season. That's going to mess your season up. You know? It's happening at multiple teams. Just go to all of them now. Because we're in the second half of the season, teams pick up injuries in the second half of the season. For whatever reason, maybe previous seasons and the workload on our squad took its toll on them at the beginning of this season with the likes of Rodri and obviously Oscar Bob. But I mean, Oscar Bob was a freak incident. There's no workload problem with Oscar Bob because he's barely been working in terms of getting into Manchester City's starting 11. That was a freak incident. Just bad luck for Manchester City. But the other sides are starting to experience what we've been experiencing. And in that same thought process, I'm hoping that we can get into the top four because other sides, their form starts to dip. These sides that are up there with us, obviously Forest, they're doing really well in terms of injuries. They're doing okay. But I mean, I've got a list of even Brentford. I've got a list of players here. Brentford. Do you know what they're missing? Hang on a minute, I'll tell you in a second because Phil Foden's got the ball. Go on, Phil. Lays it back to Akanji. Gvardiol, edge of the area. Nathan Ake. But yeah, Josh De Silva, Ethan Pinnock, Aaron Hickey, Christopher Ayer. He would be in the starting 11 today. Ethan Pinnock would be in the starting 11 today. Gvardiol, ball in, back post. And it's cleared awkwardly. And Mark Flecken, no, that's a corner ball. Igor Thiago, Ben Mee, he would be in the starting 11. Gustavo Núñez, Ryan Trevitt. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players, of which 2 are definitely starters for Brentford. Arguably 3 would start for Brentford. Injured. It takes its toll. And guess what's happened to Brentford lately? They've been getting knocked out by Plymouth. They've been dropping points to Ipswich. You know, they've been daft. You know, they did beat Southampton 5-0, but everyone's beating Southampton at the minute. But go on, Kevin. Kovacic. Oh! It's just past the post, and it was so slow. Like it was a cutback from Kevin De Bruyne. Perfectly on a plate for... not on a plate, because he's on the edge of the area. But he tees it up perfectly for Kovacic, and he just whips it. But he gets no power. He almost miskicks it. Kovacic on the edge of the area, hits that side foot, and it just trickles just past the post. But yeah, you look at the injuries for all the squads over the course of the season, it's going to take its toll. And do you know who's not getting that many injuries? Liverpool. You know, all you need to do is take out the... if you take out Mo Salah and you take out Van Dijk, they're done. They're done. They're finished. You know, they might still go and win the league because they're so far ahead already. They've already done the damage to the rest of the league. But here comes Haaland. Go on. Oh, he's giving it away. Jeff, thank you very much for the super chat. How are we looking? Just got out of work, so missed the first 30. Have a music lesson in 30 minutes, so going to miss part of the second half as well. 2-0 win Jeff's gone for. Don't worry about it, Jeff, but I'm curious to know what music you're learning. Nathan Ake with the clearance. Are you learning a particular instrument? I can play the drums, if anyone's wondering. That's what I learned. Yeah.
Cheers, Jeff.
I'm curious, Jeff. Let us know what instrument you're learning. Oh, Jeff. I've never tried to learn it in my life, but I'd argue that's one of my favourite instruments, mate. I love a violin. I love a cross-play violin. You know, one of the, like, in unorthodox situations. Contrapuntal is the word. You know, using a violin in hip-hop, things like that. That's what I like. I'm a big fan of the violin. Hang on a minute. Go on, Kevin. De Bruyne is he's dealt with really well there by Rorslev. Kovacic steps in, wins it back. Does he? Yes, he does. Phil Foden. Kovacic on the edge here, strikes it, and it's blocked. Bernardo Silva. Kovacic steps in. City have turned the screw a little bit in the last 5 minutes. We've looked better. We've looked better. Violin, mate. How's it going, by the way? Are you able to play anything? Like, it's... Jesus Saxis. Now, that's a popular instrument for weddings nowadays, isn't it? Everyone's getting... Oh, Brentford. Lindsay Sterling. I know Lindsay Sterling. She's a big violinist. Bit of dubstep mixed in, isn't she? I like her. Lindsay Sterling's class. Kevin De Bruyne. Out to Erling Haaland, who's... tries to cross it because he was well out there on the right-hand side. Well, he was on the corner of the edge of the area. Savinho's now got the loose ball. Gvardiol. Foden. Looking to dink it to Haaland at the back post. There's no one in there. It's poor. It's poor from Kevin De Bruyne and Savinho. Whoever, one of those has got to be running into that box. They know that cross is coming into the back post to Erling Haaland. Kevin De Bruyne there has got to be busting along. He has got to be sweating buckets and getting into that 6-yard box to get that second ball, because Haaland has no option but to head it across goal. He can't go for goal there. He's clearly got to cross it back where it came from. It was a great ball from Foden. Nodded across goal to nobody. And Kevin De Bruyne was walking back to the edge of the area. He's got to be aware there. He really does. That was poor. I've not Hoodrich, and I would love to go, mate. I would love to go. I really would. Oh, that's cool. Jeff, mate, send us a video if you do it. I'd love to see you... Are you going to be one of those violinists that's like really like aggressive with your head movements? Like one of them. I want to be like... Fucking, come on. Fucking, yeah, I want to see some of that, Jeff. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see any of this like conservative, like relaxed movements. I want to see those like fucking... And I want you to have like longer hair as well, so your hair like flaps around. Go on, Haaland. Go on, Mark Flacken. Mark Flacken. Ooh. Do you know what, G? They do look tired, don't they? And they shouldn't be. Most of them got a rest. Most of them got a bloody rest against... what are they called? Salford. But Forest have scored, have they? Crikey. O'Reilly. Speaking of O'Reilly, he played pretty well, didn't he? Against Salford. Such a weird game to analyse, because it's like you can compliment them and then it's like, well, it was Salford. You know what I mean? He did play well. McAtee scored a hat-trick. It was Salford. Grealish scored. It was Salford. And it was a penalty. Doku played bloody brilliantly, I thought, actually. But you can't not give man of the match to someone who gets a hat-trick. If you get a hat-trick, you get man of the match. Unless someone else gets a hat-trick and they play better than you. But that's very unlikely. Bernardo Silva. Who's he? Tried to pass that ball along the floor there. I'm surprised. There's no way that was going to get through that Brentford defence there from Bernardo Silva. He had to go over the top if he was going to go for Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva trying to bring it forward. Little back heel drag to Kovacic. Sprays one out to Mateus Nunes, who whips the ball deflected. I thought that might have been sneaking into the back post. And Mbuemo's having a energetic evening. He's back in the right back position defending for Brentford. Brian Mbuemo. Kinder Mbuemo. I've been saying that all day. I don't know why. You know, I've been walking around the house going, Mbuemo. The missus loves me. She's fucking fuming. West Ham 2, Fulham 0, Jake. Is it really? Wow. Fulham have been really good this season, haven't they? Hey up, Adrian. Good to see you, mate. He went back to Newcastle and scored last season, didn't he? Gvardiol to the byline. Crosses across. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Cut back from Gvardiol. Lethal. Through ball to Gvardiol. Really good. And Gvardiol did well to get on the end of it and actually cross that ball because it looked like it might be going out of play. But the clearance actually deflected off Bernardo Silva for a goal kick. But yeah, no, he's didn't he go back to St James's Park last season and score a hat-trick, Chris Wood? Zane, mate, yeah. Who have we got? This is the beginning of 3 away games on the bounce for Manchester City, one of which is PSG in the Champ League. Mark Flecken. Wouldn't you love it if a proper Mark Flecken clanger tonight? An absolute catastrophe from Mark Flecken. Yeah, we've got Ipswich next, then PSG, then Chelsea at home. So it's not like, oh, we get our home fixture. Yeah, it's against Chelsea, so it's equally difficult. And then Club Brugge at home, then Arsenal away. You're right, Zane. You're right. We need to do better than this if we want to beat those fixtures I just listed. The comments coming out from PSG recently have been talking about how they've spent the last 2 weeks just... The headline was obsessed. I can't remember what publication it was, but I read an article the other day that was titled PSG obsessed with Manchester City, which was obviously good clickbait, but what they meant was that they're just focused on Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne's run here is brilliant. Driving forward, where's this from Kevin De Bruyne? He's bobbled his way through a couple of tackles a little bit, but he's kept it alive and got it back to Bernardo Silva. But great drive there from Kevin De Bruyne. That's the energy we need to see, you know? He's almost become a little bit Messi-esque, hasn't he? Like, I'm going to walk around the pitch until I feel like running, you know? Mate, we can't have passengers. We need everyone running. Sorry, mate. We need that. What we just saw from Kevin De Bruyne on the ball, that's what we need more often. Savinho with Ross left to beat down this left-hand side. Back to Gvardiol. All the way back to Nathan Ake. What are we, 3 minutes, or nearly 2 minutes to go till half-time. Can City nick a goal before the half-time whistle? Anthony Taylor, you disgrace, mate. You absolute disgrace. Gvardiol with a pass. Clipped off the heel of Anthony Taylor. Got to stand somewhere, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? As a referee, you've got to stand somewhere. But he gave the ball back to City, and then De Bruyne gives it away. He actually found it was a good little avenue. He tried to find Phil Foden. I think it was Phil Foden tried to flick it onto Haaland, but doesn't come off. He needs to up his game, Phil Foden. This first half from Phil Foden's been a continuation of the whole season, basically. It's sadly what Phil Foden's standards have been this season is below what we want. Much too below. Shanti wants Haaland off and Foden off. I'm not sure. I don't think Haaland's done anything too drastically wrong in this game. But I certainly would be thinking about, Jan. I'd be thinking about that. Yeah, that's what I'd be thinking about. Good to see you, Jan. I'm not sure he is devious. I just feel like he's not really involved, you know. Gvardiol. Just get him in the box. You know, get him in the box more often. We've seen him, that header across the face of goal should have been a Haaland assist if Kevin De Bruyne bothered making a run into the 6-yard box. But, you know, he's not had any chances, Haaland, has he? You know, he had that header from a great... Kevin De Bruyne's cross was unbelievable. But Haaland was just not available at the back post to be in line with the area. Kovacic now. Kevin De Bruyne, mate. Fuck you know. Absolute crap from Kevin De Bruyne. He has just battered one out of the stadium. Smacked one right out of the park. The Brentford fans are loving it. They're pointing to the moon because that's where the ball went. To the moon. First time effort from Kevin De Bruyne. I could have done that, mate. You know what I mean? I could have done that. Any person could have done that. Just absolutely. Boom. Sent that to space. 100%. Good to see you, Glacius. What do you mean? Do you live in... have you left Barcelona? Or are you speaking on behalf of Gundogan? De Bruyne's cross straight into Flecken. It's 1 minute of injury time to go with... no, sorry, added on. So seconds remain. 15 seconds remain. It's been a poor first half, really. I mean, the entertainment value... If you're watching as a neutral, you're probably feeling a bit miffed. And there goes the half-time whistle. Visa is been a bit of a threat to Manchester City in the first half there. But early on, after that, the final 10-15 minutes, Manchester City were able to get a little bit of control in that second half, but not enough. It's not enough. There's still a threat from Brentford. There's still sloppiness from Manchester City. Final third potency, which is one of the things we've been good at in recent weeks. You know, against Leicester, we didn't have many chances, but when we did, in the first half, we created good chances, good opportunities against Leicester. Second half, nothing. We created nothing. But when we did go forward, when McAtee was on the pitch, we created chances and we were lethal. West Ham, we gave away so many chances when we faced West Ham. But when we went forward, we looked like we were going to score at any moment against West Ham. And obviously Salford, 8-0. You know what I mean? So final third for Manchester City in the last 3 games against opposition where you should be beating them anyway. But still, we were good. We were good in the final third. I think the midfield was still a problem. The defensive solidity was still a problem in those games. And there still are in this game today. But in the final third today, we haven't been as good as we have been in previous weeks. And it showed. So some of the crosses into the box, bar that Kevin De Bruyne cross, and a Phil Foden cross that was to Haaland at the back post. Not good enough. Not good enough. Certain moments, Mateus Nunes with a pass in the first 20 minutes of the game, just coming forward, cuts it inside, gives it away so easy. Mateus Nunes again, a little bit later into that first half, drives forward enough to actually get a shot away, tries to avoid the sliding tackle of, I think it was Vandenberg, chops it back, gets it completely wrong, over chops it, if that's a word, completely overhits it and loses the ball. Real opportunity. The best opportunity of the game, that was, in fairness, was Mateus Nunes. Wasteful, but it's not like the chances have been free-flowing either. So there's so much to improve on in that first half, but I do need a pee. Can you believe it? I need a pee. Oh yeah, clock. Cheers, Jan. What am I doing? Let's sort that out first of all. Tell you what, beer goes through me. Guaranteed to need another pee in a bit as well. There you go. Right, going for a pee. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back uno momento. Bit excessive entry, that. We got some half-time statistics for you from City Extra. Big up City Extra. 39% possession for Brentford, so we're dominating the ball. We've had 8 shots to their 4, 2 to their 1 on target. Big chances missed, 1 for Manchester City, 0 for Brentford. And we've had better passing accuracy. Only do they beat us on corners. Everyone enjoying the chair. Sick of it, man. Sick of it. Do you know what I need? I need some squashies. These are a big part of the channel as well. If you're watching in the US, get yourself some squashies. You will not regret it. It'd be a bit pompous, that, wouldn't it? Imagine if I got a throne for myself. Be quite up your own arse, that, wouldn't it? It would be a bit entitled, a bit like, you think a lot of yourself, don't you? Got your own fucking throne. I'll get in touch with squashies. What are they? Swizzles. Swizzles. Make drumsticks. Church is in the house. King of the Kippax. That was a good publication, that, wasn't it? Outside Main Road. It was King of the Kippax, wasn't it, Church? They used to sell a magazine outside the outside Main Road back in the day. Don't know why I'm having this. I'm definitely gonna need a piss in the second half. And when I need a wee, I'm the worst guy ever. I needed a wee for the last 15 minutes of that first half, and it put me in a bad mood. When I need a wee and I can't go, I'm like the most horrible company ever. So it's better that I go. And you love it anyway, because the chair is so much better than me. Let's be honest. It is. But anyway. Looking at these chances now for Brentford. Half chances, most of them. I think the one for Mbuemo where he cuts it back with his left foot. Ortega saves it. Half chance, really. I was only really, like the stats say, one big chance. And that was Mateus Nunes. He's got to do better there, but... Is that Haaland one? Is that going to be the one considered as a big chance? That shouldn't be a big chance. It was a great ball, by the way, from Kevin De Bruyne. So he's had a bit of a mixed game, Kevin De Bruyne. Mostly poor, I would say. But that's Kevin De Bruyne in a nutshell. The 2 moments where he's been good, we nearly scored. That's Kevin De Bruyne right there. You know, like the pass to Nunes, first time ball was brilliant. Then he sends Savinho away. I'm looking at another one. I forgot about this one. Savinho was 2-on-2 situation there. Wasteful from Savinho, who drills it over the bar. And then obviously Kevin De Bruyne's left foot cross onto the head of Erling Haaland was brilliant. But yeah, I want to see more from Kevin De Bruyne and more balls into the box that are dangerous rather than some being good, some being bad. He's too wasteful in this game. We need to see a little bit more consistency from Kevin De Bruyne. We need to see a hell of a lot more just overall contribution from Phil Foden. And I think if those two started to play well, I think like Devious said, Haaland is ghosting. There's a reason he's ghosting though, mate, and it's because the players behind him, they've got to feed him. They've got to play better to make him play better. When last season and the season before that, if Kevin De Bruyne played well, Haaland played well. When De Bruyne had a bad day at the office, Haaland had a bad day at the office. And it was quite often like that last season, but with Phil Foden having a good day at the office and being that player behind, propping up Erling Haaland. You're bringing Omar Mamouche to this game, by the way, and I just, it's mouth-watering prospect. It's so exciting to picture this side. Who would play, though? Who would you drop? If we'd signed Mamouche a week ago, let's say, where does he play in this team? And who instead of who, most importantly? I would say Phil Foden, probably. I would say Phil Foden, going on current form. But long term, that's not a solution because you drop Phil Foden now for Mamouche for the rest of the season. Next season, you have to bring Phil Foden back into the squad because Kevin De Bruyne is probably going to get phased out of the squad because of his age and his injury record. But I still think Phil Foden's going to be a proper player for the future of Manchester City. Let's have a look at. I forgot to do that chat there. 72% of you say, should Kevin De Bruyne be here next season? 72% say yes. That's a big number of you. From 774 votes, gone up to 73% now. I'm going to end the poll. But yeah, 73% for Kevin De Bruyne. I'm a little bit surprised it's that high. I thought it would be a little bit more 60-40. But still, I can see the logic because Kevin De Bruyne is a ridiculously good player. And we've seen it with a cross. We've seen it with the first time pass to Nunes in this first half. But it's not. I'm not even bothered about the mistakes that he's made in this game, and he's not played that well. It's not even about that. It's about the injury record. You know, he's just not dependable, and we need that. We need dependency from these players. And this season in particular, we pushed the boat out too far with some of the decisions from the board in particular, and it was arrogance. It boiled over from confidence into arrogance. We were riding the wave of a treble, riding the wave of the 100 points and the formidable season. We were understandably confident from that, but in the summer it went a little bit too far, and then you sell Alvarez for 85 million, and you think, yeah, I'll be all right. We'll just cash that in. And then we'll sort that out another day. We'll kick that can down the road and we'll replace Alvarez another day. And as much as people were saying, Rodri, we need cover for Rodri all season. And those people will say, well, they were proven right because Rodri picked up an injury and now look, we've got a midfield that can be bypassed like walking through a fucking puddle. You know, it's so easy to get through our midfield. I would stress that I think we would have scored more goals. I mean, what's our goals scored this season? How many goals have we actually scored? When you look at the rest of the Premier League in terms of like your Liverpools and your Arsenals, I've not actually looked at it for a couple of weeks now to see the goals for column. Because even though the goals conceded has been too poor, the two go hand in hand. Oh, I can't even see it. What am I doing? .36, so it's not that bad at all, really, compared to, well, Liverpool got 47, Arsenal have got 39, and we've got 36. Brentford have got 38, so Brentford have scored more goals than us this season. But we are still the fourth highest scorers in the... Oh, no, we're not. Fucking hell, Tottenham have scored 42. Fifth highest. But they've conceded 24. We've conceded 35 goals, so clearly defence is a problem. But I would argue that the defence and the attack, they go hand in hand. The pressure is piled onto the defenders when you're not scoring goals. You miss chances, the defenders back there are looking forward up the pitch and going like, oh, Haaland's just missed the City. Right, we better not concede then, you know, because like the pressure's now on us to not concede, otherwise we lose the game because Haaland's missing chances. Or Foden's missing chances, or De Bruyne's missing chances, you know, and it can spiral. Both ends of the pitch play a part on each other, you know. Same the other way. If you've got a defence that's conceding goals like so easily, Haaland goes through one-on-one, he's thinking, I better score this because we're conceding today, because we always concede. It goes both ways, you know. The effect, the mental connection between attack and defence, they work together. So, yeah. I think Marmoush could be a huge addition for Manchester City, which inadvertently might actually help the defence in a very underhanded, clutching at straws kind of way. You know what I mean? But yeah, big up Jeff. Email me your address again for candy package. I will do, mate. It's in the Google. It's in the YouTube channel part. Typical City 9320 at gmail.com. But yeah, I'd have that bit of Omar Mamouche Is he playing tonight? He's playing tonight. Is he? I saw someone say bagged an assist already. Goal involvement per game. They've got a camera in the Brentford dressing room right now, which I find interesting. I'd love to have one in the City dressing room. Why have they got one there and not in the City one? I would love to see that. I think it's a fascinating insight to see inside a dressing room what actually goes on in a dressing room. You think about Pep and the way he handled his players at half-time, full-time, pre-game, you know, in all these documentaries that we've done recently. He's been such an intense character. And there he is now, in the ear of Nathan Ake and Phil Foden. Love that. Miro, McAtee should come in. And Jack and Jeremy. So, yeah, okay. Who for, mate? I agree. It's not going to happen by the looks of it. It looks like City are not making any substitutions at all. I would like to see McAtee given a chance for Foden. Jeremy Doku for who? Savinho? Because McAtee could do that role. Let's sort this out first of all. Second half's about to get underway. The players are on the pitch. But yeah, no, I'd like to see McAtee come in. I think there's logic behind that. The guy's just second half's underway. The guy's just scored a hat-trick. Regardless of the opposition, he scored a hat-trick. He's going to have confidence in his veins, you know. And he also has the confidence carried over from the Leicester impact substitution appearance that he made against Leicester. So he must be feeling good about himself. And there's not much evidence of Phil Foden feeling good about himself, you know. On match days, there might be something. Oh, Nunes, mate. Stupid decision from Mateus Nunes. Thankfully, it's just a free kick, and it's going to be a free kick in pretty much a corner position. It's right by the corner flag, but still, stupid defending that from Mateus Nunes. Someone said it at the beginning as well. Nunes flying in for a penalty. Luckily, it wasn't a penalty, but it was that same sort of rash decision that clearly showcases to the world that this guy is not a natural thinking defender. He's not a defender. We're playing him at right back. It's crazy how we've tried him twice now. Once against Salford and then in this game. And that's following his Manchester derby clanger where he gave the ball away for United to go and win the game from that point, you know. And it's like, oh, that from the right back position as well, where he gave that back pass back. So what I know what we'll do. We'll stick him right back. That'll sort it. Why? I mean, Rico Lewis has been not in the great form, but I mean, he's more naturally. Oh, ball in, and it's headed just wide of the mark from Collins there. He's got to do better there, Collins, because that's a great ball into the box, and it probably should be 1-0 Brentford. Totally unmarked. Who's marking him there? That's shocking defending. Poor defending. There is no marking really. It's zonal marking from Manchester City, but he just comes away from the zones and comes. Collins cuts out and then ghosts back in to a central position. Totally unmarked. Free header, nods it wide. Got away with that. We won't keep getting away with it. Adriano's happy. So you're happy with Nunes at right back? Foden, Bernardo Silva into the area. Oh! Cross tried to... A little pass at Bernardo Silva there was blocked, but he's held the ball up reasonably well here. Nunes now inside to Foden. Akanji. Kovacic goes out to Gvardiol. But yeah, we've got a right-back problem, haven't we? Rest in peace, Tony Buck. But I tell you what, he would do a good job today at right-back. Got no Kyle Walker. He's off to AC Milan. Rico Lewis, who still, even though he's more of a right back than Mateus Nunes, I'm still not sure that he's even a right back. I see him more of an 8. More of a midfielder than anything. Which is why he's playing in that position, because that position is asked to go into midfield. So I can see why Pep's doing it and using Rico Lewis, but he's turned against him recently and he's not really using him that much. But he's on the bench for Manchester City today. Andy Sanchez says Nunes should be sacked immediately. I mean, yeah. Imagine sacking a player for footballing reasons. Players have been sacked though, haven't they, for off the field stuff. I'm sure that's happened before. Mad Hatter's not happy with the zonal marking. It's pretty common, mate, to be honest, nowadays. It's incredibly common. Man-to-man marking, or even a hybrid of the two, is the most common thing that you're wanting to see. You want to see man-to-man marking, don't you? But there's very few teams nowadays that do man-to-man marking from corners. Savinho here, mate. Go on. Savinho's just ghosted past him. Savinho! Oh, he's hit the post! Oh, fucking hell, mate. What a run. What a run by Savinho that was. Superb, mate. The speed. That's what we need. That's what we need from Savinho. That was just forceful, mate. I'll just do it myself, shall I? Yeah, go on, mate. Go on, Savinho. Kevin De Bruyne on the edge of the area. Flicks it back to Bernardo Silva, who wasn't expecting it, but we've kept the ball. Myro, thanks for the super chat. But here's Kevin De Bruyne, well wide. Awful shot from Kevin De Bruyne, about 15 yards wide. Bernardo and Foden are on Timo Werner settings. Which is, hey, he scored against us, mate, so I wouldn't be laughing too much at Timo Werner. You know what I mean? He bagged against us in the Carabao Cup. But what a run that was from Savinho. Looking at the replay now, and he's just clipped the post. He just drove from about the halfway line, ran at Mads Rorslev, and just went past him like he wasn't there. Drilled it with his left foot, smacks the post. So unlucky from Savinho. We need Doku on for Savinho, says BPM, and McAtee for Nunes. I can't see McAtee going right back, because that's where Nunes is right now. Ball over the top. Nunes caught in no man's land. Jensen. Out to Mbuemo. Over the bar. Canal City. Fuck's sake. Game says the same thing. Sub Nunes off and bring McAtee. We need him. Problem is, he's not playing in the McAtee. You can't bring McAtee on for Nunes in this system. You'd have to change the system. You'd have to... Who have we got? We haven't got any defenders on the bench. Look at the bench. We haven't got... Oh, Simpson Pusey. You'd have to bring on Simpson Pusey. That's what you'd have to do. Yeah, if you want to bring on Nunes, McAtee for Nunes, you have to bring on Simpson Pusey with him at the same time. And then push Akanji to right back, where Nunes is currently playing, and ask him to go in and out of midfield and dropping into right back when we don't have the ball. And then let McAtee go forward. And who are you bringing McAtee on for then? Probably Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden. Ball in from Nunes. Nunes nearly got an assist after bringing him off. Nunes' ball in was really good as well, on the money. And Haaland, mate, you've got to do better than that, Haaland, because it's right down the throat of fucking Mark Flecken. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan. Like a supporter, like a fan. Like, pussy, pussy. Piss off, Mark Flecken. Piss off, Mark Flecken. He's not exactly having a good game, to be honest. He's barely had to make a decent save. Anything he has saved has been pretty much right at him. But a cross came in from Nunes just then. Haaland's got to find the corners. Any of the corners will do there. Kovacic tried to scoop a ball through there to Phil Foden. Doesn't quite come off. But this is where they look dangerous. Jan Elt's coming forward. Haaland getting back and trying to help his team out defensively. And does just that. Well done. But Bernardo Silva with a weak Weak tackle from Bernardo Silva. Jensen coming forward. Edge of the area. Savinho gets back. Out to Mbeumo. We've got a man over here. Rorslev crosses it. Clear it. Bernardo Silva. Fuck me. Does anyone just see what Bernardo Silva just did? No one near him. No one near him. And Ortega makes the save. Bernardo Silva, you... See that cross come in then? You see that cross come in from... Was it Mads Rorslev? Cuts it back to Bernardo Silva. If you're watching the replay... Oh, they're not even showing the cross. But Bernardo Silva had the easiest opportunity to clear the ball efficiently. Get that ball up the pitch. He had time. No one near him. And he just slices it. And he doesn't get it out of the penalty area. Hang on a minute. Foden's in. Foden's in. Gets it across to Savinho. Savinho, they've got a man over here. Savinho cuts it back to Phil Foden. Oh. This has become a basketball match all of a sudden. What's up with my fucking Sky, by the way? It keeps, like, pixelating. Lots of artifacting going on. Oh, Savinho should have probably... I mean, the ball from Phil Foden was the right choice there to find Savinho, but he just didn't get quite enough pace on it. So when it arrived at Savinho, Savinho had to wait for it, and that gave a chance for Mads Rorslev to get over to Savinho and make him do something other than shoot, basically, because Brentford were able to get players over to him. But again, space for City to exploit. So both sides going for it. It should make for an interesting second half if both sides are... Haaland's injured. Haaland's limping. And he's got the face of a man who knows he's injured. He's doing that. He's doing that sort of face. That... Haaland's on Timo Werner settings too. Yeah. Jan. Appreciate the super chat, Myro, as well. I'm sick of bloody Timo Werner. He got slagged off, didn't he, by, what's his face? What's his face? Ange Postecoglou. Yeah, that was a very publicly damning review of Timo Werner, that, wasn't it? Pretty brutal. Go on, Akanji, you got time there, mate. Get it out to Nunes. Back to Ortega. Haaland trying to hold it up here. He has done. Just about. Gets it out to Foden. And he's had it taken off him by Lewis Potter. So Haaland's walking around okay. It looks like an impact injury rather than muscular, which means he could probably carry on with the adrenaline and feel that bruise or lump in the morning. That's a good idea, that, by Jensen, but Akanji read it, looking for Visa. Visa's rallying the Brentford fans. I hate it when I see someone do that, unless it's my team. It's mad. The fans in football grounds, man, they're all like little sheep, aren't they? One player goes like that, and everyone goes, ah! Ah! Fucking, we're all little sheep, aren't we? One player goes, come on, and we all go, ah! Fucking mental. It's devious. Bernardo and Foden, not happy with him. It's going okay. Could do a lot better, but ball in. Akanji's cleared it. Haaland at the near post. Wasn't sure what to do there. I think he was worried about giving a penalty away, but he's done all right there. Clears the ball right off the leg of Jensen. Throw into City. MCFC kid could be going a lot better. It could be going worse. I think Brentford had some chances in the first half. I think we had the better chances in the first half, but I'd still say it's a 50-50 game. Right now, it feels like anyone can win this. Fulham have got one back against West Ham. Here's Damsgaard. Akanji steps in and Gvardiol finishes it off. Pings that ball down to Kevin De Bruyne. Every time, the transition is on for Manchester City here. Every time. Laid off to Savinho. Savinho in the penalty area. And he's put it wide. It wasn't a decent angle, but you should be hitting the target there, Savinho. And Pep's face says that all. I pretty cloned my face. Just that face of, oh. Like fucking, you got to hit the target, Savinho, mate. You really do there. I mean, hitting the post is missing the target. Even though you've hit the post, it's a lot better than, ballooning one wide or like the first half where he smashed it over the bar. But we're still seeing this rush of blood from Savinho. Lack of composure from Savinho. He just needs to calm himself a little bit. It's hard to explain. I think you're born with it. It's not something you can train. I do think you're born with that killer instinct in front of goal. It's very, very hard to get it right. And, like I say, I don't think you can train that sort of thing. Got a bit lucky there. Núñez has got the ball back, but he tried to find City playing a bit of tiki-taka down this right-hand side, and we've kept the ball. Done well, in all honesty, but running a risk there of losing the ball. Ortega pings one out to Gvardiol, who's found himself well over on this left-hand side. Cushioned inside to Savinho, who starts driving forward. Savinho fires one over to Haaland, whose touch is a little bit heavy, but he gets it over to Phil Foden. Foden slows it down. Bernardo Silva joins the attack, looking for options. Bernardo Silva with Núñez on the overlap. Núñez looking for someone in the box to aim to, but Haaland doesn't look interested just yet. You need to get interested, Haaland, mate. There you go. Perk up a bit, mate. Akanji coming forward now. Out to Ake. You're waiting for the transition the other way now, haven't we? Ake thought about the shot there, chose against it, gets it out to Gvardiol, fires one back post to Haaland. Haaland's and it's going to be a corner ball, is it? Yes, it is. Corner ball to Manchester City. Lewis Potter with a good header, in all honesty. But I'm not sure what Haaland was going to do if he actually got on the end of that cross, because similar situation to what we saw in the first half. Cross going into the back post to Haaland. If Haaland wins it this time, is there a City player getting in there to win the second ball? Didn't look like it. You got to be active, guys. You got to get in there. Got to want this. You got to have aggression. Got to want it. Near post, flicked on. Go on. Oh, it's cleared. It looked like it was bobbling around the penalty area. Kevin De Bruyne has picked up the loose pieces. Out to Phil Foden. Got Bernardo Silva on the overlap. Goes with the right foot cross. Akanji flicks it on. And it's gone wide. Oh, Akanji, mate. He's due a goal, isn't he? He's due a goal. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you haven't already. Cheers, Dan. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Ooh, Isa, mate. Imagine. There's Noel Gallagher. Hey, I would love it if Forest win the Premier League. Obviously, I'd prefer it if City did. Let's get one thing straight. Before anyone starts going down the Mark Goldbridge road. That Jonny on Typical City is a Forest fan. Fucking hell. Imagine if that rumour starts going round. But yeah, I would buzz off Forest winning the league if it meant Liverpool or Arsenal didn't. Peer BPM. That's it. He wants to see Doku. Doku. I want to see Doku. I'm surprised he didn't start mainly because of the reception that he got from Pep Guardiola when he came off against Salford. Again, always that caveat. It was Salford. But Pep, grabbed him specifically. Hang on a minute. Lewis Potter, a little step over, beats Núñez. Cross comes in, and it's still not cleared. Awkward. No, and it's Damsgaard who smashes it over the bar. Sorry, Janelt, who smashes it over the bar. Núñez got beat so easily down this side then by Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter's a very good player, by the way. Very good player. Good left back. But no one takes him seriously because he's called Lewis Potter. Hello, my name's Lewis Potter. Doesn't sound like a superstar football player in the making. But Doku would be something to liven up this game. I'd be considering Foden for Doku. But again, the system is very awkward to look at anyone on the bench. Who have we got on the bench? You've got Grealish, McAtee, Doku. Kovacic, brilliant from Kovacic. Oh, referee, yeah, well done. Kovacic, well done. Fouled on his way through that midfield there. Walking it through there. Brilliant from Kovacic. But he had his shirt pulled pretty much the whole way. There, and that's a free kick to City. Ball out now with Savinho. McAtee for Foden, Grealish for Silva, says Jan. Chill with the spamming, mate. No spamming, please. Yeah. Gvardiol. Pause. Ricochets off Savinho. Kevin De Bruyne should probably have fouled him then, but chose not to. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Josko Gvardiol's got to get back. He sent the ball through to Visa. It's going to be 1-0. Oh, Josko, well done, mate. Well done, Josko Gvardiol there, because he got back in time. And in fairness, I think it was his fault why that counter-attack even happened in the first place, because it was a sloppy bit of play from Gvardiol in the corner of Brentford's area, trying to find a ball into the area, and it smashes it against the Brentford player, and away come Brentford the other end. But Gvardiol, the man who made the mistake, gets back, redeems himself with a slide tackle that keeps the game at 0-0. Well done, Josko Gvardiol. But he gave the ball away at the other end of the pitch. So, you know, come on, Josko. You got to do better than that. But fair play for the comeback. Ball in. Nunes near post cleared. It's become exactly what I said it shouldn't become, is a basketball match. I think they're more suited to it. We haven't got the speed. You know, you got Savinho and Nunes. That's about Haaland. Over the bar then. Another opportunity for Brentford. Not a real one, like a golden opportunity. More of a half chance there, but still. There's a goal in this game. There's a goal in this game. No worries, mate. No worries at all. Thanks for the apology. It's all good. It's all good. I am drinking Afritoon Moretti. Birra Moretti. It's an Italian beer. Premium lager. Don't know. Oh, fucking hell. What's going on? It's 1-0 Brentford, but the flag goes up. It looked like something wasn't right with that attack. I just, after quite quietly advertising you my beer, Brentford have just smashed one with Damsgaard into the bottom corner. Moments after I was saying there's a goal in this game, we've just got one, but the flag's gone up. Hopefully, this is legit offside. I mean, yeah, he's miles offside. Yeah, miles offside. Why isn't your flag going up sooner there, mate? You're a joke. You're a fucking joke of a linesman to not stick your flag in the air. The guy's about 10 yards offside. Fucking hell. The way the City players were defending that attack was like they knew it was offside, because it looked way too casual. Ortega with a great ball through the middle, through the spine of Brentford's side, into Haaland, who keeps it under control. Kevin De Bruyne has been found by, and it's a ball into Phil Foden, and Phil Foden makes it 1-0! Yes! Yes! Phil Foden! Fucking love it, mate! Love it! Ortega with the ball, fired straight through the middle of the spine of Brentford. Haaland brings it down, lays it off to Savinho. Savinho finds Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne with a first-time ball to die for, mate. To die for. And then Phil Foden cushions it with the left foot boot, clips the post. 1-0 Manchester City. Let's go! Fucking yes! That's massive, that goal, that is. That's big. That is big. Let me just sort all the dribble that fell out of my face while I was talking. It's fucking raining in here, mate. What am I doing? Hey, what a ball from Kevin De Bruyne. And what a finish from Phil Foden. Great goal. It's just a fantastic goal from back to front. Starts with Ortega. You know, I love this. I'm loving this goal. That's City of old. That's the old City. Foden was smiling before it entered the back of the net. Hey, going away to Brentford, if we get the 3 points here, that's a statement. That's. It's hard to say we're back, because I don't feel like we've been that good in this game. But, you know, 4 wins in a row this could be. And one of them being Brentford away, that's a serious win. That's not Salford. That's not relegation fodder like Leicester. Brentford away, mate. That's a proper... Sorry, yeah. There we go. I'm fucking useless, mate. Do you know what I mean? Fucking useless. Nice one, Jen. Nice one. It really was, wasn't it? All the way back from Stefan Ortega. You know, one of those drilled passes that they're not off the... they don't get much air. It's coming in at, like, bollock height. You know what I mean? Like, hip height was probably the more appropriate body part to describe. But I went with bollock. Bollock height comes in from to Ortega, into Haaland, sorry, brings it down, and then just lays it off to Savinho, and then it just became a free-flowing, really enjoyable football move to watch, mate. What a goal that was. That was so good. Really good from Manchester City. Anything that's from back to front is always going to be a good goal, because you're talking about the whole team being involved normally, aren't you? And at least 4 of them were involved there, but I mean, I loved that goal. Really good. Ortega doing it again as well. He's done it again. Haaland brings it down. Another ball. Oh, Haaland gets it wrong this time. Looking for Phil Foden. Oh, fuck's sake. And Buemo. Ortega's come out. No, we're in big trouble here. We're in big trouble. No. Oh, Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake with a goal line clearance, mate. Fucking hell. We got away with murder there. And City coming the other way. Foden, hold it up. Free kick. Well done, Phil Foden. Well done, Phil Foden. But there you go. Haaland, mate. The difference in the last move to this move was a Manchester City goal. Second time, it nearly ends up being a Brentford goal. The same move. And then Ortega made a stupid decision to come out. He shouldn't be coming out there, caught in no man's land, comes out and does nothing. And in fairness to him, when he came out, he made the bad decision to come out. Bad decision number 1, coming out your goal. You've got another decision to make. Are you going to keep coming out? Are you going to come flying out and commit and give a penalty away? Good. Second decision was to not do that. So at least he stopped. But you're out your goal now, mate. You're miles out your goal, and Buemo goes round you, crosses the ball to Visa. Visa tries to tap it into an empty goal, but it ain't empty because Nathan Ake sat there and he clears it off the goal line. Brilliant from Nathan Ake. Love that. McAtee should leave. Pepe's taking the piss, said Myro. I'm not sure he's taking the piss, but I see your point. I do think people are a bit overly excited, and I know everyone in the chat saying McAtee, and I see the point. We've seen glimpses of quality from him. We saw a hat-trick the other day against... Oh, no. Brentford are getting better here. How are we not solid at the back? Ortega with the save. You can just hear the Brentford fans across the world now going, piss off, Ortega. Love it. But this is crazy, man. What are we doing here? We've fallen apart. What are we doing? Clear the fucking thing. Kovacic. Oh my God, Kovacic. An opportunity to volley it clear. Instead, he tries to control it and nearly loses the ball. Bernardo Silva sends one down the line for Haaland to chase. What are we doing? We've gone 1-0 up, man. Let's control the game now. We don't need to... The basketball match can stop right now. Stop the basketball match. We're 1-0 up. Stop being open. Go back. Reserve yourselves. You know, just to control the game a little bit. The basketball match ended up working out. The end-to-end nature of the second half has got us in the lead a little bit, fortunately, because I think Brentford have been wasteful when they've come forward. But City, with the stupidly good quality players that we actually have in terms of Kevin De Bruyne's ability to deliver a ball, it's come out for us. You know, it's worked for us today. But now you've got the lead. Get into shape. Expect Brentford to start coming at you and coming at you hard. And that's exactly what they've done. They've responded well, Brentford, to the goal. And here we are, still chilling with 3 or 4 players forward. Like, we're so open. It's just game management now. It's game management. Oh, fucking hell. He is, isn't he? He's a very good man. Pep speaks highly of him, Ryan, doesn't he? Speaks very highly of him, and even though we've got a good record against Brentford, well done there. Kovacic again stepping across Brian and Buemo, who's still, him and Visa are the main danger man. Bournemouth are in front away at Chelsea. That's a big result for us as well, in terms of getting into the top 4, Bournemouth. But I mean, Bournemouth as well. We actually probably could do with a draw there, but well done. Josko read the game there well, gets it into Phil Foden, man on mate. It's gone a bit scrappy all of a sudden. Before, when Brentford came forward, we seemed to contain their attacks reasonably well. And when they lost the ball, we were hitting them on the break. Now, all of a sudden, when they come forward, we're not containing their attacks. And we're unable to get forward when we do get the ball. Which just then, Nunes just lumping it forward then and hoping that a City player gets on the end of it. No chance, mate. We've got to come forward with a little bit more purpose. Gundogan's coming on. Appreciate that, Adriano. Like the stream, everybody. Hit that like button. If you've I got over 1,000 watching, 300 likes. Help us out, Blues and even non-Blues. If you're not a City fan, help us out. Smack that like button. Good to see you, Mullet. How you doing, mate? Created just completely rejected my request to hit the like button. Hit the like button, everybody. No. Oh, Ortega. Oh, Kovacic. Oh, you've done well there, Kovacic. I can't believe he's bringing on Gundogan. And, I mean, for who is going to be the key here? Because, I mean, surely not Kovacic. Surely not a straight swap. It's got to be De Bruyne, hasn't it? It's got to be De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne. Maybe Bernardo Silva. But Foden's energy levels should still be... Fucking hell, mate. Phil Foden, you should have plenty of energy for the rest of this game. Kevin De Bruyne. Again, that's why I asked the question. If he comes off, he can't finish the game. If we're going to go into next season, depending on the creativity of Kevin De Bruyne, who can't finish 90 minutes, he's offside there. Schade, he's put it wide, but the flag goes up. He looked offside from the first pass, to be honest. But interesting to see who comes off for Gundogan. But Schade looked offside there, found by Mbeumo. It's Mbeumo all the time. Every time Brentford come forward, the nucleus to their attack is Brian Mbeumo. Gundo. And it's Kovacic. What's he doing? Why is Pep doing this? I completely disagree. Kovacic has been one of the players. He's been solid in this game. He's not done anything extravagant, but he's read the game so well. He's been important in so many moments. I am astounded that he's brought on Gundogan. First of all, just alone. That alone is a strange decision. To bring him on for Kovacic, who... Yeah, I mean, he's not exactly fucking Rodri, is he? But, I mean, he's been doing a good job in that position. I mean, with the clue for what Kovacic actually is the shirt number that he picked. You know what I mean? Players tend to give you, the fan, me and you, as fans, we get clues off what the players think they are. Kovacic picks number 8. Jack Grealish, he picks a number 10. There's your clue into what they think. Kovacic is not a number 6. He is a number 8. But he's been doing a good job. Jack Grealish is not a left winger. He's a number 10. But here we are. I don't know. It's frustrating. It really is. Savinho coming forward. Can you win that? Go on. Go on. You're in. Savinho's in. Go on, mate. You can make this 2. 13 minutes to go. Savinho coming into the penalty area. Have a dig, mate. Have a dig. Have a dig. Oh, it's hit Mark's flag. Yes! On the rebound, we've made it 2-0. Phil Foden again. Yes! Some bloke with a crutch is absolutely fucking loving it. Big up to you and your crutch. Come on. City. 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 Fucking love it, mate. Come on. 2-0. Oh, no way is this 2-0. Fucking unbelievable, mate. We have weathered the storm of Brentford and we've done them dirty there with a second goal. Yes! Foden on the rebound. Savinho's shot. I was about to start shouting, piss off Mark Flecken. But the Brentford fans are shouting, piss off Phil Foden. The man who came here last season and bagged himself a fucking hat-trick, don't forget. This time he's got a brace. Savinho comes forward, thought about giving it to Phil Foden, drove it straight down the throat of Mark Flecken. But he couldn't clear the ball efficiently there, Mark Flecken, and it goes right into the path of Phil Foden, who drills it in from about 8 yards out. It could have been Kevin De Bruyne. The both of them were fighting for the rebound. And I'm glad it didn't come to nothing, because Kevin De Bruyne almost got in the way of Phil Foden. But here we go. Pop a second on the scoreboard for you. 2-0. Don't throw this away now. That decision to bring on Gundogan was absolutely fantastic. I think it masks it, you know. The second goal masks that decision. I wonder what Pep was thinking. Is it energy? Is Kovacic not quite ready to do 90 minutes? That's the only thing I can think of. Because there's no way Gundogan's going to do a better job. He's just given the ball away, Gundogan. First chance to do something, Gundogan, and he's booted it out for a throw-in. We getting in top 4? Are we getting in top 4, chat? Let me know. Come on. This is looking better. We're 4 games in a row. We've won 4 games. Well, have we? There's a long way to go yet. Yarmouk on for Janelt for Brentford. A little bit more of an attacking thought process by Thomas Frank. But, I mean, we could make this 3. If Brentford start throwing the kitchen sink at us, manage the game, Blues. Protect what we've got. And then go and hit them on the break. Make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody, please. Massively helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And if you want to support the channel and become a member, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Yeah, what are the other scores saying then? Can't believe it, 2-0 up, mate. I'm fucking unbelievable. Battery's running out. Foden. He's coming forward. Got options over there. Gvardiol joining the attacks. Got Savinho inside him. Savinho thought someone was behind him there. The ball to him, to be honest, from Gvardiol sort of indicated that it might not be for you, Savinho. But Savinho didn't really have any spatial awareness there. Thought someone was behind him and just left it. But I don't know who to blame there, Gvardiol or Savinho. But either way, Brentford are coming forward now, so we've got a problem here. But Nathan Ake. Oh, Gundogan with a nutmeg in the fucking penalty area. Risky from Gundogan, but it comes off, mate. Comes off. 6 goals for Phil Foden in 4 visits to the G-Tech Community Stadium. He loves playing against Brentford, doesn't he? Here comes Mbeumo, though. Danger's not done. This game's not done at all, is it? Because they've got a long way to go here. Ball in again. Akanji! I would love a clean sheet, by the way. Brentford away. Clean sheet. Imagine. Because Nathan Ake and Akanji, by the way, they've had a great game. Between the two of them two at the back. Gvardiol's been a bit, mixed, in my opinion. Moments of good, but Gvardiol's got a different job. He's got to come forward as well on occasion. So his job is a harder job than Ake and Akanji. But those two in particular have done very well. Akanji again with a block. Ball in back post. Bernardo Silva's in trouble here. Ball across. No, it's got to be 1. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Shitty now. It's 2-1. Visa's just made it 2-1. Just as I'm praising Nathan Ake and Akanji, and we're all over the place at the back there. I mean, he could bring the ball down and control it. Probably have a cup of tea before he puts that in the net, the space that he's got. Completely lost their men there, Nathan Ake. It's 2-1. Fuck's sake. We're going to throw this. That's it now. You know what's coming. Because it's been happening all season. We concede a goal and we capitulate. The mental capacity of these players right now, they're so frail, fragile. They've got to be stronger this moment right now. You've got 8 minutes plus to go. You've just got to do it, lads. You've got to. You can't go 2-0 up with 10 minutes to go and then you don't win the game. It's a fucking joke if you don't. Go on, Haaland. Get a third. Go on, give it to fucking De Bruyne. Go on. De Bruyne. Oh, and he's put it wide. An opportunity to make it 3 there, and Kevin De Bruyne continues his afternoon of mixed quality. Because there's been moments of brilliance. The ball into Phil Foden was sensational. That one there, you're thinking you've got to hit the target there, Kevin De Bruyne. He's tried to go for the finesse, trying to pass it into that far corner with his left foot, but West Ham 3, Fulham 2. Looks like a good game, that one. Fucking Visa, man. Come on. Just this season has been, we concede a goal and we panic. Ball into the back post. Ortega got to grab that. He does. Ortega brings it. Go on, do the old fall on the ground and roll about for a bit. Pickford-esque. Rolls it out to Nathan Ake. Not sure he wanted it there, to be honest. Gets it back to Ortega. He's going to go long, is he? Yes, he is. Looking for Haaland. Haaland brings it down. No, he doesn't. Tries to lay it off to Phil Foden, but gets it wrong. Yeah, he's got the cut of a frustrated figure there, Haaland. So get back, mate, and just attitude, mate. Don't be like, oh, I've done it wrong again. Yeah, so you made a mistake, mate. Don't worry about it. Just crack on, mate. Get on with it. De Bruyne holds it up. Well done. Gundogan lays it off to Savinho. Savinho's in. He's in on goal. He's got one player to beat. Go on. He's got Haaland around the overlap. Slow it down now. Slow it down. That's it. Savinho. Oh, piss off, Mark Flecken. You fucking... He's saved it again, Mark. That's probably the one time it genuinely was a piss off Mark Flecken moment. Because it looked like a good save, that. Yeah, that was a good save from Mark Flecken. Savinho whipping it into the far corner there, trying to pass it into the same corner De Bruyne was looking for moments earlier. But Mark Flecken with an outstretched right hand tips it out for a corner. 5.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. City need a third. That's it, Kieran. Come on. Ball in, corner ball. Cleared by Sharda, but Bernardo Silva's kept it alive there. Back to Nunes. 3 points here would be massive. Massive. What's the league table looking like now? Bloody Forest, 3 points behind. Liverpool. Gundogan. Go on. Into Savinho, he's been shepherded away from goal here, but that's fine. No, it's not time for corner flag yet. Too early, mate. Too early. Not corner flag job yet. We need a third, really, but calculated third. You know what I mean? Don't throw everything at it to get a third. Just when you see an opportunity to get a third, go for it. But pick your moments. Pick your moments wisely. But 5 minutes to go is not time for going to the corner flag yet. There's way too long to go. Gvardiol. Switches it. Long ball over to Savinho. Brings it down. Lovely touch. Lovely touch from Savinho. Little step over. Goes the other way. 180 spin. Oh, gets it down the line to Gundogan on the underlap. Gundogan's cross smashes off Norgard. Out for a corner ball to Manchester City. Norgard's not happy. The shape's gone all wrong for Brentford here. They're obviously looking to get forward, but City are not letting them by attacking themselves. So good last few minutes from Manchester City. The last 5 minutes since we've conceded a goal have been good. You know, we've contained them. We've not conceded chances. We've created some ourselves. Can't ask for much more. You just want to put a cherry on the cake, grab yourself a third, and we'll finish this game. But you're just terrified of one counter-attack from Brentford, and we could be looking at 2 points dropped in a situation where you're 2-0 up. McAtee coming on with 4 minutes to go for Phil Foden. Go on, James. Go on, McAtee. City are in 4th. Chelsea dropped to 5th. So we're in the top 4 now. We're getting back to some sense of normality. We are 9 points behind Liverpool if you want to start getting a bit giddy and getting a bit excited. Don't forget they've got a game in hand on everybody as well. They're 3 points ahead of Nottingham Forest, again with a game in hand. Oliver Ian is pissed off with my choice of words. I'm the king of the curses, mate. De Bruyne ball in. Cleared. I don't know, I just speak my mind, mate. I don't really believe in jinxes, to be honest. I don't really go like that. I just speak my mind, Oliver. Long switch there, looking for De Bruyne. It's cleared, though. He's got to win that second ball there. Well done, Nunes. That's fine. That's fine. Boots it up in the air. Deep in the Brentford half is a throw-in, but they've gone long here. Nunes switched off. Sharda. Akanji's on his back. Goes down like a shithouse, mate. Get up. Akanji's just bullied you, mate. You can put your fucking arms down as well, asking the referee for a decision, mate, because you're not getting one. You twat. Fucking hell. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that, Myro, to be honest. Oh, it's given away. Savinho. Into James McAtee. McAtee's gone to the byline. He's going to have to cross this. And it's still alive there. If Haaland had gone to the back post and committed a bit more, then he could have gotten the end of that. Still alive for City, though. De Bruyne back to Gvardiol. Gundogan now. Gvardiol. De Bruyne out on the left-hand side for Manchester City. Inside to Gundogan. Back to De Bruyne. Gvardiol. Bernardo Silva. Go on. It's Nunes. Well done, Nunes. Well done. Well done. Thought about going forward. Came back. Bernardo Silva back to Ortega. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Oliver, I don't want to curse us, mate. Oh, Nunes with a lovely little flick. He's beating his man. He's coming down the right-hand side. That's it, mate. Slow it down. Now might be the time for corner flag jobby. That's fine. We're in the 90th minute, mate. It's no need to rush. Let's chill. That's it, yeah. Look for a pass. Savinho's keeping the ball, and he's off to the corner flag. That's it, mate. That's it, mate. Now's the time. Oh, he's done him as well. Go on, Savinho. He's to the byline. Go on. Lays it off to Nunes. Nunes whips it back post. Haaland with the header. And Mark fucking Flecken with the fucking save. Mark Piss Off Flecken. That's his middle name. Piss Off. That's his fucking birth certificate. Hello, my name's Mark Piss Off Flecken. Fuck's sake. Go on, De Bruyne. James McAtee! Oh, he's put it wide. He's looking for that top corner. Tries to bend it. A little bit of a finesse on it. Tries to whip it into that top right-hand corner. Puts too much bend on it. How close was this? Not close at all. Not close at all. About 3-4 yards wide. He's got to do better there, McAtee. Extra time, 5 minuten. 5 minutes. Shit. That's a good point, Mullet. Where from? Where's 5 come from? By the way, who wants to talk? We need to talk about like what is the level of consistency officiating in this league. Did you notice? This is the worst time to bring it up when Brentford are on the attack with 4 minutes to go. For fuck's sake. Ball into the back post. Gvardiol's got 2 over. He's got to win it. He does. He does. Well done there, Gvardiol. Savinho, get back, man. There's 4 minutes to go. There's a ball coming into the box. And it's 2-2. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe this shit. I am so fucking sick of this season. I'm so done with this season, man. 2-0 up. I can't believe it, man. Do you know what's so frustrating is since they scored, we've managed the game okay until that moment. We got it back to 2-1 and we looked after it. We managed the game really well. Just a simple ball whipped in. And it's Akanji just not winning that first ball. Ortega gets us a hand to it. But only, just not enough from Ortega there. He's trying his best. But, I mean, could Ortega have saved that? I'm not sure he could. He's already going behind. Ah, fucking hell, man. Akanji's got to win that header. He's just caught on his heels. He was flat-footed. As the ball's about to be crossed, he's flat-footed. He's got to be on his toes. He's got to be active. He's got to be aggressive going towards that ball. That cross comes in. You've got to attack it earlier, mate. He's had a good game, Akanji, and I've been praising him. You know, as soon as I started praising Ake and Akanji, Ake was caught out of position for the first goal for Brentford, and then Akanji on the second one. Why? Oliver, you're fucking right, mate. What's the point in me being here anymore, man? Every time I open my mouth, shit happens. Fucking bollocks. Fucking bollocks. You're absolutely right, mate. I'm a fucking curse. I'm sick of it. It's going to be 3-2 Brentford in a minute. Fucking Brian Mbuemo's coming forward now. We're going to lose the game, are we? Oh, thank fuck for that. Over the bar. I'll take a point right now, considering this game could go much worse. A point, hey, let's be real. Is a point the correct result? Because I do feel like Brentford have been very much in this game. You know, but I mean, fuck me. The way we've dropped points this season, that's what's hurting me more than anything. It's the manner of the point drops. You know? Droppings. Point droppings is what it is. But it's been like proper droppings. Like the pile of shit in Jurassic Park. That kind of droppings. Massive pile of shit. I still feel like there's a goal in this game. There's a minute to go. And I feel like either side could win it at this point. And it could be Brentford because they're the ones who are on the attack right now. Sharda's in. Sharda's going to the byline. He's cut it back. It's Mbuemo. And it's Nathan Ake off the line. No, clear it. Gavardio, fucking clear it. He's cleared it. No, De Bruyne with a soft-ass fucking Oh, and referee's fucking done him a favour there, mate. Done us a favour there. Nathan Ake off the line. Jesus Christ, Nathan Ake. What a clearance that was. If that was going in, Nathan Ake's just saved us there. Big time. Nathan Ake. I think it was going wide, actually. I don't think it was on target. But Nathan Ake clears it anyway. I don't think he knew exactly if that... You're not going to leave it there as Nathan Ake, are you? Savinho. Oh, it just makes it to De Bruyne. Fuck's sake. 10 seconds to go. Nunes. City have got the ball on the edge of the Brentford area. McAtee. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Into Savinho, who leaves it to Gundogan. It's broken. Is it a penalty, referee? No, it's not. But Nunes is going to blow his whistle. Fuck off. And he's blowing his full-time whistle. But, I mean, they should be looking at that, even though it's half-time. At full-time, you should be looking at that. What was my hand doing there? I don't know why my hand was there, but my hand was there. So, here we are. Fucking 2-2, man. For fuck's sake. Have we dropped out of the top 4 now as well? 2-0 up, man. We're 7th. We've gone from 4th to 7th. Jan, you beat me to it. Tomas says we were robbed. I'm not sure we were robbed, to be honest. I mean, that's putting it politely, Jeff, to be honest. Fuck, man. That's so shit, that. I thought we'd done it. And how many times have I thought we've done it? I always think we've done it. We just haven't done it anymore. There's positives to take from this game. There really is. And that's what's even more frustrating. Because some of the points that we've dropped this season, you were clutching at straws to find positives. But there were positives in this game. You know, again, it's the smallest moments where we've just lacked that extra bit of quality that's needed at this level to go and win titles. And it's why we are 7th in the league. But there's been some good performances in there. There was some good performances in there. I thought Savinho, even though he didn't get on the score sheet, had a good game. He was positive. Very positive. Nunes, I think people had a go at him in the first half. I thought he did okay. Up until I opened my stupid gob, Akanji and Ake did quite well, I thought. Myro, thanks for the super chat, mate. That's on Pep. Criminal sub to bring on Gundogan. I'm not sure it is entirely on that because I actually think the moments where we conceded were actually Ake and Akanji. But I said they were having a good game, and they were until they made 2 moments. One moment each where they've just lost concentration. And that's all it takes at this level. Other than that, crosses coming into the box had been dealt with by those two. Ake and Akanji, dependable. And then 2 moments. One from Ake, one from Akanji, just losing their man, not concentrating when that cross is coming into the box. 2-2. Elaine, it's good to see you as well. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Not robbed. Brentford just came at us without fear. Yeah. I mean, they played that way from the start. I do think... No, they've not. Have they really? I mean, I'm not even bothered what they do anymore. I mean, this game was just proof that we are miles off winning Premier League titles right now. Well off the pace. Even though we played well in this game, you don't win titles by defending like that when you're 2-0 up. You're 2-0 up. You win the game. 10 minutes to go. Game should be done, mate. It should be finished. It should be like, this should not be happening. And it's happened so many times this season where we've just fell apart. The main one was obviously the Feyenoord game, but that was crazy. That was crazy. This game wasn't as bad as that, but I mean, still, it's up there. I'm looking at Savinho now. That cross coming in should be stopped by Savinho. I've just praised him, but Savinho should be stopping that cross. He should be doing more. At least stick a leg out. You know, that cross came in too easily from Rorsleff there. Not good. Not good at all. What are the other scores? What's everyone doing in the Premier League? That's floored me, That's floored me. I really thought this was going to be a moment where we turn a corner in our season, you know? I really thought that this could be a start. So Forest and Liverpool equalised, did they? Fucking bastards. West Ham 3, Fulham 2, Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. Turn on the Forest game if there's any minutes left. That's still going. Oh shit, yeah, they've got 20 minutes to go. I'm not doing a watch along for this, but as if it... I mean, only Forest are the only one that I actually care about. I mean, in reality, is Liverpool beating Forest a good result for us? Because we're not winning the league. We're not catching Liverpool. Let's be real about it. We're not. So, do we need Liverpool to beat Forest? So we actually have a better chance of getting into the top 4 and bring Forest down to our level, you know? And that shows where your thinking's at. If you're in the last 4 seasons when we've won the league, we have only ever focused on one side. When we want sides to lose, when it was Liverpool when we beat them to it, and Arsenal in the previous 2, a little bit of Liverpool in there as well. But over the course of the seasons that we've gone past, we've been looking at one side and hoping they lose. Now, we're going into games and like, get the fucking list out. Who do you want to lose? I want Chelsea to lose. I want Newcastle to lose. I want Nottingham Forest to lose. I even want Brighton to lose. I want Bournemouth to lose. You know, I want them all to lose because they are all better than us and playing better football than us and are taking our spots off us where we want to be. Champions League spots. They're taking that off us. So why are we even bothered about Liverpool? They're ahead of it. They're done. There's no point in focusing on Liverpool. It's absolutely gut-wrenching, that result as well. And I mean, I really believed if we went and beat Brentford, that the feeling around the club, you would combine a away win at Brentford, even 2-1, mate. I mean, fine, yeah, goals happen, mistakes happen. You made a mistake. You don't concede the second. You don't concede the second. That's what you do not do. Fucking fuming, mate. Now, I agree with you, Raphael, about... Jonny, I agree with you. Why was Foden subbed out and why was Cover subbed out? I agree with that. But in reality, they didn't actually have anything to do with the loss of points in this game. You know, I mean, I still point the finger at a little bit at Savinho for blocking the cross. Ake's marking was just caught a bit flat-footed. Same with Akanji. That's not nothing to do with Gundogan. It just followed that situation. But I agreed with it. As soon as it happened, I was so surprised to see Kovacic coming off. Foden, I understood a little bit more because you brought on McAtee. McAtee, who's full of confidence. McAtee, who had a shot when it was 2-1, could have made it 3-1, but put it wide. You know, so while we're all waxing lyrical for McAtee, he should have finished the game off in that situation, or at least hit the target with that opportunity. You know, but you can't be blaming McAtee for not getting the 3 points. It's not his fault. It's not any individual's fault. It's a collective in this game. It really felt like a collective. But I agree with what you said, Jonny, that I was very surprised to see Kovacic coming off. That was a big one for me. That was a really big, stupid decision. Foden, I understood. But, again, he's just scored 2 goals. So you're thinking, leave him on, mate. He's looking for a hat-trick. He's going to be eager. You know, McAtee's going to take a few minutes to get warmed up, as we found out, because his shot went well wide. Had that been Phil Foden in that situation, who knows? Maybe. But we can't live like that. We can't criticise players and managers for hindsight, because it's too easy. It's too easy. You know, where do you draw the line with hindsight? You know, what if? Ifs, buts and maybes. You know, where do you draw the line? I'm not sure anymore, but I mean, it's deflating. Elenis, thank you very much for the super chat. I think our attack seems to be starting to work better, but the defence still has not wake up. Every team can score now against us is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. I think I talked about the goals for and goals against column was surprising. We've scored as many as we scored. It doesn't feel like we've scored that many this season, but we're still like the 5th or 6th top goal scorer in the league. But we've got like a, what is it, like a +1 or +2 goal difference. You're not going to win leagues by doing that, are you? Hyperholic, good to see you, mate. How you doing? What did you think of Haaland? Not enough runs. I miss him doing his diagonals. I just want to see the Haaland that I saw at Leicester. That was a massive difference in Erling Haaland, and there was an energy, like you said, doing his diagonal runs. Not enough runs. I agree. I just think I needed to see more energy from him today, but I still think his game heavily hinges on the players around him, and I feel like if the players around him have a bad game, he has a bad game, and I think that's always going to be the case, no matter who you put around him. You could put Messi behind him, and if Messi has a bad game, I think Haaland would likely have a bad game. You know, Messi in his pomp, I'm talking about, not the current Messi. It doesn't matter who you put behind Haaland. If they have a bad game, Haaland will struggle to have a good game himself, because he depends on others. That's his game. You know, and don't forget his involvement in the first goal, because let's talk about that. What a goal that first goal was for Manchester City. It should have been 2-1 Liverpool. Should have been 2-1 Liverpool. But yeah, the ball from Ortega, brilliant. Into Haaland, that's what I'm talking about. Haaland's hold-up play is still pretty good. And going up against Vandenberg and Nathan Collins, good, solid defenders who are going to give a physical battle to any centre-forward in Premier League football. And they did that today. But he held the ball up really well, Haaland. It fired in from him from Ortega. Brings it down, he lays it off to Savinho. Savinho then finds Kevin De Bruyne, who then first time whips it into Phil Foden to make it 1-0. Haaland was integral to that move. His hold-up play was so important, because we found out after going 1-0 up, about 2 or 3 minutes later, we tried to do the same move from Ortega straight into Haaland, but Haaland's touch was bad. Moments later, and Mbeumo gets a chance because Haaland lets himself down and doesn't bring it under control. But we can't ignore the fact that he was heavily involved in the first goal. It was important. Haaland's involvement in that goal, even though it's not an assist or the act of putting it in the net yourself, you were still so important to that goal, you know, so important. But then we saw other moments in the game, like I just described, where his hold-up play wasn't as good, you know, and he could definitely get involved more. Definitely get involved more. In just the general aspect of play, like we saw against Leicester. I thought there was a massive difference in the Erling Haaland that we saw at the King Power Stadium compared to the Haaland that we've seen since then, really, against West Ham and Brentford. And I don't know why. He showcased to us all that he can do it. And that's what's going to start frustrating the fans, and me included, is the fact that so you can do it, so why don't you always do it? You know? If you've got that level of energy, do it every game, mate. You can't pick and choose. You know, and there was a couple of moments in that first half where he was shrugging his shoulders a little bit, and his body language was a little bit dejected and feeling sorry for himself a little bit. Like, he gave off the body language of, oh, I'm having one of those days. I'm having one of those days sort of feeling. Mate, no, make the day a good day. You make it a good day. You make your own luck in this game. You decide if you're having one of those days. And tell yourself, no, I'm not having one of those days. I'm going to get involved and I'm going to get myself a goal. That's what you do, mate. You don't start going, as soon as you do that, defeatist mentality. And I mean, Haaland, for me, strikes me as someone who's got an incredibly strong mentality. You don't score the goals he's scored with a weak mentality. You don't do that. But there's moments that we've seen in recent weeks that he needs to just be a little bit stronger in his body language, and it spreads as well. That negative body language, it spreads like a virus to the other players. Like, you're our goal scorer, mate. If you're feeling like you're having one of those days, then we're probably not going to win, because you've scored more than 50% of our goals this season. So if you feel like you're having an off day, then we're going to have an off day. It goes both ways. Frustrating, really frustrating. Elanus, again, thank you so much for the support, mate. Really appreciate it. You won't see Haaland do those runs when he knows they will play the ball back. Instead, wipe towards him in the box. Too much pass backwards in City's game. I mean, we've always been like that, mate. Always been negative. Not negative. It's conservative. It's pragmatic. That's the other description. Negative implies that you're trying not to score a goal. We are trying to score a goal, but we're trying to lure teams out. Mo Salah's in. It's going to be a penalty. No, it's not. Yotta. I don't know. I didn't even want to do a watch long for this game anyway. Fucking bin dippers. But yeah, I know what you're saying, mate. It's frustrating to watch backwards, sideways passing. That's what a lot of people describe it as. When you don't win games and you play football like that, you get frustrated as a fan, don't you? Because it's like, just get it in the box, throw it forward. But I mean, it doesn't work like that. You know, you're changing the plan too drastically. You know, you train all week to play a certain way, and then all of a sudden, because you go 1-0 down, or you're not, whatever the circumstances, you're like, right, fuck it, throw everyone forward. You can't play like that, can you? You know, and I mean, Haaland would probably enjoy that if the team said, fuck it, throw it forward, try and ping it to Haaland at every opportunity. He would enjoy that. But I tell you what, Pep would be like hooking every single one of those Manchester City players off that go long when they shouldn't be going long. Pep wouldn't stand for it. You know, but I mean, we need to brace ourselves for the rest of the season, Blues. This is just going to be one of those seasons where we're struggling. We're finding it hard right now. And it's going to continue. I think we're going to drop silly points again like this. I do think we're going to have enough in the tank to get us into the top 4. I still believe that. I still believe we're going to get into the top 4. My goal is second place. I want to finish second. I want to finish ahead of Arsenal. That's what I want to do more than anything, because that would be hilarious. To be as bad as we've been and still finish above them. That would be stupidly funny. Stupidly funny. I'm not convinced that's going to happen, but top 4 has to be bare minimum, because this rebuild process is so important to have Champions League football associated with it, to attract the best players in world football. And I think Omar Mamouche is going to come in to Manchester City and stamp his authority all over this Premier League, all over this squad. Hopefully he does. It's a big ask to just come straight in and do that, but I mean, I believe he can, and I believe he will. I have confidence that he will. I mean, it would be surprising to maybe not hit the heights that he's hitting in the Bundesliga in terms of getting a goal involvement every game. At least he's got a goal involvement like 1.2 goal involvements per game, so more than one a game at his current rate. It's ridiculous. If he can even get close to that in the Premier League, even half of that in the Premier League right now for Manchester City is more than what we've got right now. You know, we haven't got anyone doing that. If you have a goal involvement every other game, that's more than Savinho. That's more than Doku. That's more than De Bruyne. That's more than Foden. You know? Half of what Omar Mamouche is doing in the Bundesliga would be more than everything we've got right now. So if he comes over and struggles, still could be better than what we're doing. You know? So I think he's going to come in and hopefully just continue that form he's in right now. Take it from the Bundesliga, slap it all over the Premier League, start smacking teams up properly, finishing teams off, you know, making the game 3-0 against Brentford rather than finishing 2-2. Fucking, who called it as well? Desmond Douglas, 2-2. Not the person, no one's called it Desmond Douglas, called it 2-2. That's just a phrase for 2-2, but Mo Salah's in. Mo Salah, saves it. Anyway, Vasco, thank you very much for the super chat. Gundo is finished. His retirement should be forced into him or send him to freaking God knows what. Thank you, but goodbye. That's pretty brutal, that, mate. I wouldn't force him into retirement. I'd see him as a coach, mate. I think he'd be a good coach. I really do. I think he'd be a good coach. Jessica, thank you very much for becoming a typical City supporter. Your support is massively appreciated, Jessica. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Top stuff from Jessica. Elanus, Thank you very much for your super chat again. Second, hoping dream, top 4, maybe still a chance. I'm a little bit more positive than that, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I agree. I'd swap. Second is hopeful, yeah, but I think top 4 is realistic. It's like I said in the stream, if you were there for the second half, I think injuries are going to play a part to this season for everybody, including Arsenal, you look at Bournemouth, they've lost Evan Nielsen, they've lost NSU now, they now know how they don't have a centre forward, but they've gone to Chelsea and got a draw, you know. Chelsea, who've got an army of players, an army to choose from. They've got so many players to choose from. Arsenal, Saka, Gabriel Jesus. You know, they're going to struggle. They're going to really struggle losing these players. Welcome to our world. We've been doing this all season. Now, if the second half of the season rolls by, and obviously Rodri is the only one that we're probably not going to see, maybe there's a small chance in the final 5 games of the season. Rodri thinks so. He himself says he's going to make it back before the end of the season. I'm still dubious about that because I'd rather just say, no, mate, like, thank you, appreciate the effort, but get fully fit. Don't rush back. Because you could end your career, mate. You don't want to get and worsen the injury and make it even worse. Just chill, mate. Maybe see you next season at your best. Rodri at his best is what we want. We don't want 80% Rodri. We want 100% Rodri. Because if 100% Rodri added to Omar Mamouche and Vita Reich and Kushinov and all these players we're signing and arguably going to be another defensive midfielder this January, still no names, which is concerning. But then going into the summer, you're looking at big names coming into this football club. Big names coming in during the summer. 100% Rodri with all of that, I think we win the league. I think City will be back next year. That's my belief. But, I mean, I don't want to lose Rodri for even longer. And, I mean, who's to say he's even going to come back the same player? You know, that's a concern for me. Really worrying that, I mean, an ACL can ruin you. It really can. Look serious. Thank you very much for another super chat, mate. I agree with the previous super chat. Haaland is demoralised due to the system and players unable to find his runs. There's only so many runs one can do. It's tough, that. You've made a good point, to be fair, in terms of demoralised by the system. But I would argue the system has made him the Premier League's top goal scorer for the previous 2 seasons. So if he is as frustrated as he seems on the pitch today, he should have scored, first of all, with the header that went straight at Mark Flecken. Piss off Mark Flecken, by the way. He absolutely, you know, should have buried that. You know, there was an opportunity to get himself a goal in this game, handed to him on a plate. Was it Nunes who crossed the ball as well? I think it was Mateus Nunes who whipped that ball in. Good opportunity to get himself a goal there. Other than that, Haaland had the cut of a very frustrated figure. So I agree that he seems frustrated, but you know, he can't get demoralised when the system isn't working or we're not getting him the goals. But then he can be happy and full of positive body language when he's scoring goals, playing the same system. You know, it's like sometimes he needs to look at himself, you know, and actually say, yeah, I missed a chance today, a big one, a big opportunity to score. He only had one today, but I mean, this season he's missed a bag full of big chances, Haaland. But he's still our top goal scorer. He scored over half of our goals. So I'd like to see him in a different system. It would be interesting to see him in some sort of... That wasn't sarcastic, by the way. I'm genuinely curious to see how he would behave and what the numbers he would get. Fucking hell. Ola Aina just cleared one off the line for Forest there. But yeah, I'd like to see him in a different side that plays a completely different brand of football. You know, like more of a transition side, counter-attacking side. This slow build-up, methodical style of football that Manchester City play. I think it works for him because he's scored as many goals as he has. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's days like this where you feel frustrated from a Haaland point of view, don't you? So I get your point, mate. I really do. But anyway, 2-2, absolutely gutted with that. Gutted with that result. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody, to Typical City this evening for another watch-along. Got more videos to come this week. We've got Ipswich next. When's that happening? In terms of day, I haven't looked at it properly because we've got Ipswich away 4:30 in the UK Sunday. That's going to be a tough game, that. Ipswich are fighting for their lives down there. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for that game. I think we'll do it. But, you know, 2-0 up, against Brentford. Brentford are a much better outfit than Ipswich have been this season, but still, Ipswich have they got points off Brentford. Ipswich did this season, so you know they've started. And Liam Delap as well. Will he want to come back and prove a point against Manchester City? Very likely that he's going to want to do that. But I mean, yeah. Anyway. I forgot to turn the clock off. I always do, don't I? Right at the end, I'll just be... what a waste of time that is. Oh, yeah, full time, is it? Yeah, no shit. No shit, it's full time. The worst clock guy in the world. Like, I even made it 1-0 Brentford, didn't I? You know what I mean? When we went 1-0 up, it's like 1-0 Brentford. Fucking useless, mate. Useless. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me in this stream. Really enjoyed the chat today. As always, you guys are fantastic. And I'll see you in the week for some videos, and I'll also see you for the watch along against Ipswich to hopefully see Manchester City go on some sort of top 4 charge to get in to the Champions League spots. Top 5's probably going to get us a Champions League spot, by the way, but I don't want to get in there by top 5. I want to get in there the official way, not the UEFA coefficiency ranking way, where other clubs do you a favour to get you in there. I mean, we've done ourselves a favour because England's coefficiency ranking in UEFA is so high because of us at the end of the day. So don't forget that. So maybe being able to get in through 5th is kind of like a very long-winded reward for past successes in the Champions League, or performances at least in the Champions League. But anyway, clutching at straws for positivities there, wasn't I? But anyway, really enjoyed speaking to you. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.